Did I Daredevil?
Oh, we're live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties. So let's just get some people in this boat, and then we can acknowledge who we have on the stream and what we're doing. I should probably pull up the live chat so it's not boring all throughout. Let's see how many people we have. We have one person watching right now. To the one person watching, welcome. You matter. Because two people watching right now. You guys matter.
Hashtag you matter.
Hashtag you matter. That's right. So yeah, we're just jumping into it like a Philly D. But
okay. I'll be right back.
Cool. So there are two people watching the stream.
I just noticed your 422. I was counting down the reel, and I was like, "Why isn't it 432?" And then that's when I noticed. Oh, damn!
Yeah. I made that last night while talking to Stealth. I have a new background, and I'm pretty proud of it. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's see.
There we go.
So let's get the show on the road. For this live stream, I am joined Stealthabotte, which I'm not sure. Are you here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You've been awfully silent. All right. So yeah, Stealthabotte.
Sorry.
And Forgotten Tactic.
Hello.
Yeah, so if you guys, I sent the link out to the group chat. So if you guys want to copy, paste it, and put it in your bio for, for a moment, and so people can start to see it and join it. That would be swell.
That would be smart. That would be really smart. Because I just looked at it and I was like, why did you just send me the Hangouts link again?
Yeah. I figured, if we're gonna try to get the word out, people are like, who the hell is Project422 Films?
Yeah.
3 people watching right now. Yay! Once we get to around 5 people, we'll start talking about Toy Fair 2019. As the title states, we're going to be talking about Toy Fair 2019 and the action figure reveals that they showed us today.
Sounds good.
I'm excited.
I'm incredibly excited for the figures, and there's no doubt in my mind that a lot of you are too.
So how exactly are we are we gonna screen share the different figures on the stream while we talk about them and have the chat going at the same time, or?
That's a pretty good idea. I didn't think about that.
How exactly are we doing this?
And that would be so meta.
Can you dual screen? Can you dual screen share? Can you have the images in one side and the
If somebody else pretty much if you have someone talking and have the or just click on it so we can know what we're talking about, and then have the photo on somebody else's screen share.
That's funny. This is all right. Hang on.
Excuse me. Hopefully that. Okay, there we go.
Let's see. We got. Oh wow, we have one person watching right now again. Sad face. But it's probably me. Damn it.
lol.
Oh my gosh.
Well, off to a great start.
Yeah. You should invite Charlie Cox on the stream. Look, well,
I
hey,
should invite Charlie. That'll bring all the viewers.
Yeah, with Charlie Cox.
You think you can bring John Bernthal?
No, I don't think so. Charlie said that he's kind of a
His
he's
show's
like a
not
teddy bear and he's fun and whatnot, but like, oh no, I think he's too busy actually beating people up for his next Netflix movie or whatever.
Mm.
Because he punches for real, apparently.
Really?
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, because Charlie Cox in an interview in season 2, he said that John Bernthal actually hits. Like he doesn't like fake his punches. He actually punches and actually kicks and whatnot.
That gives me a whole new like perspective on basically everything about the Punisher.
Ben Affleck said the same exact thing when they were shooting The Accountant. He was like they both Charlie Cox and Ben Affleck were like, "Why are you actually punching?"
Can you soften those at least? Can we come to some type of middle ground? Like, you're actually hitting me.
I mean, that's dedication right there. I mean,
like Charlie's like, "You have to stop punching me in the ribs. You have to stop punching me in the ribs, mate."
wait, so like
the rest of the
that
night.
mean he shoots people for real?
Oh yeah, no, it's all method acting. John Bernthal actually kills them.
Yeah, quite a lot of troubles on his hands right there.
It's like, all right, that wasn't good. We need a second take. We need
Why do
new
you
actors.
Yeah, why do you think his show hasn't been canceled yet? But yeah, I think we could just hop into it. I think that's just we could hop into it. If you guys want to touch on some figures that really caught your eye, that would be stellar.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I feel like you're most intrigued about it.
We were gonna talk most about the comic figures, and since it seems like you're most hyped up about the comic figures, like you'd be the ideal person to touch on those.
All right, I mean, in no order whatsoever to go over it again. I'd have to say that let's see, Hydro Man, Juggernaut, Colossus, Quicksilver, Magneto, and let's see, is that 5? One more. Let's do Nightcrawler. So pretty much, I was most intrigued by pretty much how much X-Men love they're putting out there, pretty much, because I know we already have the Bath Juggernaut, but this new release appears to have a smoother helmet and extra accessories with extra hands, a broken helmet. The one thing I did notice that was different was that the helmet is actually smoother, and I think it's a little wider than the original release, and his whole overall look has more of a reddish tint than the original brownish tint that the Bath had. And as for Nightcrawler, I mean, the fact that it took them this long to finally deliver, I mean, I'm just happy it comes with a sword. I've had the Toy Biz one for a long time, so this one was just a direct wait for me.
Yeah.
Hydro Man, he's like my favorite, D-list Spider-Man villain, and the fact that we actually got one, they made a great use of the MCU Luke Cage body. I mean, his expression overall, that just smug look. I'm really hoping that those pieces are removable, because if they are, then I mean, they just pretty much made a really great figure there.
I really hope they are removable, because I looked at the forearms and they look like the Sandman forearms.
Yeah, that was the one problem that the Sandman had, that, you know, the forearms weren't removable. But I mean, by the looks from what I'm seeing, I feel like those things might, you know, just be clip-ons or whatever.
Yeah.
Quicksilver, I mean, what is there to say besides we finally have that, and the fact that this 3-pack is coming out finally gives me incentive to finally pick up a Polaris, so now I can have all 3 of my children. Yeah,
I love Polaris.
I mean, I have a feeling she might end up going up in price due to this, and especially if they end up releasing a new Havoc, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did release one.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the TV show The Gifted, and that's kind of why I got it.
Are you caught up with The Gifted?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Dude, oh my gosh. I just
love The Gifted.
They gave her headpiece, and I was like, wow, y'all are champions.
Any love for the Scorpion figure?
The Scorpion figure, you know what? Unfortunately, that one's a miss for me. I mean, for those who love it, good for you. But I mean, I mean, like I said, it's a good figure. I'm just not too big on the tint of green and the way they made his mouth look. I mean, I'm glad they gave him a
It's the OG
bendy
look, I
piece.
think.
A wired tail.
But for me, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to stick with the Toy Biz one.
That's
Okie
understood.
dokie.
Yeah.
I mean,
And we have some people commenting on the live chat. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, we have 5 people watching right now. What's up?
Hey, nice.
welcome.
Binks,
Welcome.
we got Binks and JH, and they are talking to each other. So what's up, guys?
Oh, that's nice. That's pretty funny.
but yeah, I mean, have you guys seen the Scorpion figure?
I
the Toy Biz
have.
one that I'm talking about.
The Toy
Yes.
Biz?
The Toy Biz one is whack. I love it.
I've seen both of which you're talking about.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen Spider-Man PS4 figures because I actually kind of like the design for that Scorpion.
I do, but honestly, I mean, I don't think we might see more Spider-Man PS4 figures until the next game. I feel like we're only gonna get the one for right now, in my opinion.
It's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse, where I guess they just were kind of scared about whether or not it would actually be a success with the fans, so they didn't want to make a ton of merchandise only for it to flop.
Yeah, which is why they only gave us that one little 2-pack with him and Gwen.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Even that was repainted, so it's not like they had retooling for the hair or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the least they could have done was just new head sculpts.
What's funny to me is that the Hydro Man head sculpt kind of looks like Toad.
No, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised they actually use that for a new Toad. I mean, they could use the new Doc Ock body for Toad.
Is that? Oh wow, that's a pretty cool Emma Frost. It doesn't even look like a Marvel Legends Emma Frost either.
It kind of reminds me of like the Arrowverse Black Canary.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
That's exactly what I thought.
Like with that hair,
I was
though.
like, wait a minute, is this a DC multiverse figure that we just didn't know about? Like, I know Shazam and Savannah look really good, but like, I didn't realize this is part of the plan.
This is what we're doing. Silver Samurai. I know a lot of people were wanting that to come out.
It's a cool figure.
That was even from what was that before Marvel Legends were about to go away? Like, what was that, 2012? They even had the preview. So it's been years in the making. It's literally like years.
So the articulation might not age well.
No, it looks like an all new sculpt. Like I saw it had a diaphragm joint for the Silver Samurai.
No, yeah, I mean, I think just a general design is what been kept, but I mean, I'm pretty sure this is all modern day articulation. Let's see. A whole lot of classic X-Men. I mean, we have that classic Cyclops, Dazzler, Wolverine. Cannonball. Oh, Mr. Sinister. There's another one. Perfect to go with my Apocalypse. How do you guys feel about that one motorcycle Cap?
It looks pretty cool, but since I feel like we're getting the World War II, or sorry, the Peggy and Cap 2-pack already, I feel like there's no need for another Cap America on in the army. I feel like the bike is probably.
It felt redundant. I feel like they could have just had like I feel like they could have just given us like a cap, like a comic Captain America head sculpt with the World War II Steve Rogers one that they made.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed if they did a Cap and Bucky and then a Cap and Peggy and then still did the World War II Cap with a bike. That's like the type of moves that Hasbro does with like their figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Man, like what Iron Man is this? The one with
the vintage one?
No, the Infinity War one with the back plate.
Oh, Mark 50?
Yeah, the Mark 50 with the back plates and the forearm gauntlets. It's literally the same figure. If you guys just do accessory packs and still you're giving this, you're still making money. People will buy them. Like, oh, this goes with your figure. Because they still have to keep it at $20 to $25. If you just cut down on producing the figure over again and just spend that on designing or retooling accessories and selling those separately, people will buy it. A lot of people want more accessories for their figures all the time, so that's just something that they could actually work on.
Yeah, my only thing is, unfortunately, I feel like no toy company at all has come close to giving us a proper Mark 50 other than Hot Toys, because I feel like they always give us so few accessories for this one armored suit, which was a display to have so many abilities.
Yeah.
Like I wish we had gotten like an arm blade or something with this new Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Or
expecting.
even like one of those foot pieces.
Oh yeah, or yeah, the little foot clamps or whatever.
Yeah. Well, wait. Oh no, SH Figure Arts are doing two different versions because they have
Yeah.
they have the battering ram version, and that's when they have the one with the actual stabilizers in the back and the pulsing cannon. I don't know what it's called, but the proton cannon type thing on his forearm for that one. So
Yeah, I feel like the only company that's come close to delivering full on has been Hot Toys, but I mean that's a whole other beast in itself.
yeah.
All right. So I don't know how many viewers we have on the stream, but I think it might be a wise decision to like screen share some of these reveals. And since Daniel's doing the chat screen share, I'm gonna see if I can do the
You got it.
I'm gonna see if I can do the other one, like showing the actual figures. So
Cool.
Go for it.
I'm going to present to everybody. Inception. Okay.
Inception. Whoa.
So
Okay.
the first,
Wow.
yeah, isn't that pretty intense? It's beautiful. So the first thing we are going to be taking a look at is probably this is one of the earlier reveals of the morning, but it's one of the 2-packs, and I don't think it's gotten a lot of love. We're going to talk a little bit about the Zendaya and Spider-Man 2-pack first, because I think this is probably the easiest one to talk about, the fastest one to get out of the way.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary, I agree. And also I feel like Hasbro has been unable to give us a good regular Spider-Man figure. I mean, with this body mold, I feel like it's not been good. I mean, the only good body mold for a Spidey they've had so far, in my opinion, have been the Iron Spider and the homemade suit. But I always feel like this particular Spider-Man has always been kind of wide and bulky looking.
I'm picking it up. I like it. More civilian figures. The Spider-Man I could do without, but you got to sell civilian figures with the main leading hero. So
I agree. If I am picking it up, it's only for the Zendaya because, like Warren said, more civilian.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm just the weird flex in this one, because I actually really like Zendaya as an actress, and I really like. I actually kind of like the MJ that they're going with. So having an action figure form of her, I think, would be very fun and very cool. And like both of you said, more civilian figures. I'm just gonna point out, like right off the bat, that this 2-pack is probably the least like fresh, because this is literally just a retread of Claire Temple and either Elektra or Jessica Jones from Defenders.
Is it?
Because
What's new?
It's like a hybrid mold, because I recognize the torso piece from Claire Temple for the most part.
It is. Look
I recognize the hand sculpts, because the fist and the open hand are also from Claire Temple.
What?
I think we might be wrong on this. It's a smaller version.
I think they're basically using similar components. They might have shrunk it down, but I think that they might have reused some engineering elements from those figures, because I recognize the closed fist and the open hand from Claire Temple. I recognize the torso design. The jeans look a little bit different because they definitely have the texture on them, and they also have the cuffs, which is very unique to this particular body mold. Like none of the other jean female Marvel Legends have had like little cuffs at the bottom that separate between the ankle and the shoe.
Yeah.
I definitely think the boots are new. The jacket seems new. I love the new face sculpts. The interchangeable hands, nice.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
I definitely think this is one of the best like civilian body molds that we've gotten.
Yeah, agreed.
As for Spider-Man, I love the paintwork. Like the legs look like the paintwork, the trimming on the legs, like you could see all the Stark suit details. I love the paintwork of the figure. I could do without the jacket. I wish it was a removable element. Like I wish like the sleeves weren't yellow.
Well, on the bright side, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Because Daniel, I've talked about this with Daniel. I resent the butterfly joints.
Yeah, that's what I was about to point out.
Like, and this Spider-Man wouldn't have those butterfly joints, so I'd be like, finally, a perfect Spider-Man. But because of the jacket, it kind of kills that for me.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm never gonna have a modernized Spider-Man because I just don't like the butterfly joints.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the butterfly joints.
Well, the new 6-arm Spider-Man, that's
the double gangers?
You mean the 6-arm one that doesn't have an ab crunch? No thanks.
Yeah, it's no butterfly joint and no ab crunch.
I like the ab crunch joint. I don't like the butterfly joint. Yeah. Overall, I mean, I like the Spider-Man fine enough. I think it's a perfectly fine. Like, if they were going to make another Spider-Man, this was like the ideal fit. I don't think there's a bad 2-pack. I definitely wish like we could have just gotten like Zendaya on her own and maybe Ned on her own.
Ned
on her own. Like I would have put Zendaya and I keep saying Zendaya. I would have put MJ and Ned in a 2-pack.
Yeah, that's
MJ and May. That would have been great.
And May
not really.
You want May? Why do you want May?
Like in I don't know.
That's a weird flex. What do you want to do? Like have Happy Hogan May? Like
maybe Antonio that war scene.
But yeah,
those dynamic shots with MJ and May.
Oh god.
Whoa.
But yeah, needless to say, I love the Zendaya MJ figure. I think it looks awesome. I definitely want to pick it up. Spider-Man seems pretty fine. If I have to pick up the 2-pack with both of them, I mean, I probably will. But I definitely like Zendaya's figure. I definitely think this is one of the better civilian figures we've gotten.
Yeah, the only issue I have with the 2-pack is like the Spider-Man, sorry, not the Spider-Man, the MJ. Like out of all the characters they could have chosen, I feel like Ned would have been the proper choice. You know, he's acted sidekick all like.
But Zendaya is a love interest, and because she's MJ, you need someone to rescue. And I don't think Ned would be like the love interest that people would want to rescue. What? Like they'd have to make an original body mold for Ned, and who's really gonna put Ned in an action sequence?
The guy in chair. The guy in the chair.
You're gonna get like a 6-inch scale like sitting chair, and you're just gonna get a figure just so you can spin him around in a chair.
Yeah.
Whereas there will be scenes.
I prefer MJ. I prefer the MJ pick.
There will be scenes in Far From Home where Spider-Man is rescuing MJ and like zipping through the air with her. So it makes more sense to have a figure of her. Plus, the parts are pretty much reused and scaled down. So it was also just a more logical decision from a manufacturing perspective.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I'm a sucker for Zendaya. I literally have Replay as my outro song. Like, fine.
Yeah, I feel like that would also be a really cool if like anyone ever attempted to make the Greatest Showman.
Exactly. Now we just need a Zac Efron.
Yeah, a Zac Efron, a little action figure form of Zac Efron.
Just use the Ted Bundy figure that's coming out, and then do that.
Ooh. Would they really make a figure of that?
No, they wouldn't. I'm just bullshitting. They wouldn't do it.
All right. Yeah. I was like,
wait. Diamond Select might. Diamond Select. They're good for their horror figures. They might have an alpha version of them. We never know.
Fictional characters is sort of their thing, and you know.
But horror characters are also those things as well.
Yeah.
So
I guess so. I mean, while we're on the subject of Far From Home figures, we can take a look at the new.
Well, before that, I wanted to touch on the other 2-pack from that also has Spider-Man in it, and then we'll go right into Far. I realized I probably should have started with this one, but I wanted to just get Zendaya out of the way because I thought that would be the fast one because I knew I wanted it at the very least for a civilian. I didn't know how you guys felt. Yeah, maybe this one will be faster, bro. But Spider-Man and Kraven from What was it? The Craven's Last Hunt? Is that what this is?
I think so. Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe so.
All right.
That rifle. Oh, that rifle is a new rifle, isn't it?
I think that's a new rifle.
Love it.
So what do you guys think
good.
of this one?
I have both of the figures. I just don't have that costume version of Craven. But if there's pretty much nothing in that set that I need as far as a figure in my collection that's a duplicate. If the head has the tendrils on it, that's something. But I still wouldn't buy the entire set for just the head. But that's just me.
I mean, besides is there anything different about the Spider-Man? I mean, is the paint just a little matted or something? Because I genuinely think this is just a straight up repack for Spidey.
It is. I think so too.
And the only difference is he comes with whip hands, really.
And people are just like, "Oh, that rifle! Oh,
But,
the rifle. I must have the rifle."
I'm not gonna lie, that rifle really does look sweet.
It does look sweet, but I mean, I don't really collect the comic figures. I only collect comic figures when they don't have a live action version. So, like,
Yeah,
Polaris
pretty
was
much.
an exception because I just love Polaris enough to have a figure of her. But for the most part, I collect pretty much strictly movie-based figures because I like the realism.
Yeah, the detail is unmatched at that
It's
scale.
understandable.
Both
But
these
yeah, I
figures
mean-
look fine. I just have no intention of getting this.
Yeah, I mean, the only incentives I have for this 2-pack is a rifle and the beat up Parker head.
The-
But
Yeah.
a little side note, that isn't the true symbiote Peter's wearing, right? This is when it was just a black costume.
I think that's the case. I think
That's
this
why
is,
that's why he's using the whip hands, because I mean he's shooting his web shooters because
Mhm.
yeah, he this is a black costume, it's not a symbiote.
Didn't
Yeah.
it come with symbiote hands with the single carded version?
No, it didn't have flip hands because I think he just needs to make a fist to shoot out his webs for the single card version.
I
So
never
that's
noticed
actually
that.
a
Let me
symbiote.
pull it up.
That's a
Yeah, I
really
think
good detail.
I think it comes out of the little white spot up there.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
forearm part. where
on
it's
the
the
hands.
top part
They
of
have
the
like
hand.
little white spots on the hands. I think that
Yeah.
might be.
Yeah, I think
So
yeah.
yeah, which is why like I don't know why people complain that it didn't have whip hands, but it didn't need it because it was a symbiote.
Yeah.
Well, this one has it's just a black suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that it's staying true to the source material and the fact that that was a nice little nod at what that was.
Oh, the 12-inch
But yeah,
one
it's
had
definitely a cool looking. It's a cool looking. Yeah. The 12-inch one. Yeah, that's true.
it had both the whip hands and the white backing on the forearms. I mean, on the back of the fist.
But I mean,
Alright.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a good little detail if you know like your comics. So yeah.
And now we shall continue on with the Far From Home stuff that I should have played this much smarter. I should have done the Craven pack, then the Homecoming pack,
That's okay.
and then go on to Far From Home. I done goofed.
This is all
But
new.
yeah. So let's talk about these four.
The only one I see myself getting is gonna be Hydra Man.
But that I don't even know his name. I always forget. But,
Doppelganger?
yeah, Doppelganger. But like, I mean, that's like the best Spider-Man mold ever.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Exactly.
Dude,
Oh my
I mean, yes, I know it's on par with SH Figure Arts, but I mean,
No, not even. No, that's on par with Apex. What do you mean?
dude, that's like Hot Toys quality.
No, it'll put Hot Toys out of business.
No. We're not even going to play that. No. That is horrible. I hate that mold. Leave it alone. You wasted your money. It's not good. I wanted it to have ab crunch. I don't even care about the butterfly joints. You can keep the butterfly joints, but it has to have ab crunch at least. It's literally one of those big toys, the big stupid ones. They're about a foot tall, and all they can do is move their arms forward and back.
Their legs and their
that's pretty much what you're
heads.
getting. It's pretty much what you're getting.
I think that they could have put a diaphragm joint in between the first four arms and the bottom two arms.
Even that.
I think that diaphragm joint would have been far more appropriate, but I mean, I would have easily foregone I don't know, wrist hinges or something. Or maybe I'd make the bottom arms like single jointed. I'd make all the arms single jointed.
Yeah.
Or something, just to allow for that diaphragm joint, because I think the diaphragm joint is a deal breaker for Doppelganger and for the original.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I didn't even find the figure appealing in the first place. I'm like, what is this acid trip? Like, why would people actually buy this? And then people apparently actually bought it. I'm like, huh.
I mean, people are obsessed with that man spider storyline. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were making customs of that Spider Woman. So I feel sorry for anyone who spent money trying to get a custom of that one made.
Well, it's pretty
No,
much
it's not
how
heavy.
everybody runs it.
Is Spider Woman the bottom right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I already said how I felt about that Scorpion. I mean, if you wanted it, good for you. But I mean, I'm sticking with Toy Biz.
I think for the sheer size alone, for if you're doing figures, I think that the newer Hasbro ones are built bigger, so that they kind of. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the Toy Biz one compared to the new. I'm picking out the Pizza Spider-Man for a comparison
Pizza
as
time.
far as a comic figure goes, but I think that they're built bigger so that the figures that are supposed to be like Sandman, for example. Sandman is dwarfed by the new Pizza Spider-Man mold, the relatively new Pizza Spider-Man mold. So I think that in order for you to get those compositions and sizes right, I think it's best to just get this. Of course, the design choice is questionable. Like the face, I don't care about the face that much. I don't care for it, but just to have a Scorpion in the collection because I don't have one, I think I'd pick this one up in Hydro Man. But those are the only two that I'd
Pennywire.
And back to Hydra Man. I mean, I know I keep boasting about this figure, but I just think it's such a clever move to use the MCU Luke Cage body for him. Because I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
I have a really bad joke that I just thought of.
Shoot.
A really bad joke. They quite literally whitewashed the figure.
The
Get it?
skin tones are completely
Because the figure is now white, and because
he's a water guy.
Man, they literally washed it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's poetry. Poetic cinema.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Toad figure with a head sculpt similar to this one coming out soon.
Yeah. Who said that? Like about a few minutes ago. Somebody said that too.
What was that?
I did.
Okay, yeah.
It looked like Toad. I was like, yeah. Give him an extra head with the tongue out. That's a Toad.
You're golden.
That's a Toad.
That's a Toad.
You just see him in a Super Mario Brothers line. That's a Toad.
Yeah, that's a Toad.
So what's next?
Well, did we talk about Scorpion?
Yeah,
before we did here on the stream.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't react to any of these. I was just kind of like joking about everything. Again, I don't really collect like comic figures so much unless if
you did, which one would you pick?
If I had to pick one of these four, probably Spider Woman.
Really?
Yes, because I really like the hair. I like the paintwork that they did, like the streak. I like the design. You can never have enough like female characters because I'm very fortunate. I have a ton of like female Marvel Legends in my collection now. I didn't have like any for the longest time, and now I have like a miniature army. But yeah, it's always nice to have, it's always nice to have like diversity in your collection.
Yeah,
and I just can't find it in my heart to want to get that doppelganger. I can't find it in my heart to get that Scorpion.
What if they were on clearance for $5?
No.
What?
Really?
No.
I would still miss out on Doppelganger for $5. But if it was Scorpion for $5, I'd
not even.
No, I wouldn't even accept Doppelganger if someone just gave him to me.
So I'd be like, if you got a Doppelganger, what would you do?
I would throw it at the window. I'd be like, be gone. Stop.
You'll be like, this is worse than coal. Why didn't Santa bring me coal instead?
This bitch app crunch empty. I would not be. No, I don't want Doppelganger or the 6-armed Spider-Man anywhere near my collection.
Wow.
I'd probably get
They gave him
either
Map Crunch.
or Hydro Man, because I feel like Hydro Man, like at the very least, I could use that as a civilian body. Yeah. So I mean,
Hoping that his arms
with arms.
I hope so, because they
Does
really
he come with normal arms? Because if not, then that dash is the civilian dream.
I really hope
Yeah.
I'm really hoping they're just clip-ons or interchangeable arms. Because I feel like, I mean, by the look of it, I feel like they really could be.
That would be weird. You just have a civilian walking down the street.
Right,
Yeah,
bicep joint, so I think so.
it was like Dr. Oyama did, like, after the deck surgery, he wanted to do more ambitious things, and this was one of them, and it just didn't go so well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have these frozen water orbs for arms now. But yeah, all right, let's move on to the figures that we really want to talk about here. So we got the 2 Spider-Men, we got Shuri, and
picking that up.
I do not know his name. I'm not versed in the comics. I'm sorry.
Rock Snake, something like that. I don't know.
Rock Snake?
Yeah, Rocket, like something.
None of us know, so that I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah,
I mean, the society are just a little
Rock
Z-list group of villains.
Rock Python is his name.
What can we even do?
Rock Python.
I'm using him as a X-Men universe juggernaut. That's what I'm gonna use him as. Just that tiny little head that they put him on. It was like they tried to do something with it, but it didn't work out. So that's just what they're
another one of Dr. Oyama's surgeries.
That's Toad right there. That's Toad from Mario right there.
Why didn't I feel like they could have done a Steel Serpent, for Iron Fist. They should have just done that instead.
It's like that, that old live action Super Mario Brothers movie. This would be Toad.
Oh,
I would dig that. I would dig
live
that.
action ones. They use this as Toad, and they use this as Mario, giving him a mustache.
What's up, TV head?
Perfect.
Okay, so basically, looking up this guy, Rock Python, he basically just has skin as steel as hard as rock. That's literally it.
That is. So he's basically just a dank version of Luke Cage.
He's a weaker version of Luke Cage. I'm pretty sure he's weaker than Tombstone, even.
He's just the Condiment King of Luke Cage types.
Oh no, not Condiment King. Not Condiment King.
Hey, Condiment King goes hard, dude.
I love Condiment King.
Condiment King can beat Thanos, just saying.
I was trying so hard to get Daniel to cast me as Condiment King in Under the Dark. You have no idea.
You should just make him like a little background character. Make him like a little ad or something. Like,
I was literally.
I worked. If he worked hard to get to ask me to get him on the show as Condiment King, I worked even harder to say no.
Yeah, no. I was giving him legitimately fun and good ideas for how to do it in a serious way. No, that wasn't a serious one. The twin brother Condom King was not a serious idea.
So
make that very clear.
Which ones are you guys thinking about picking up from this wave?
None.
All of all the MCU.
I mean, honestly, I'm not really big on these 4, but I mean, gun to my head, I'd probably pick up that stealth looking Spidey.
Yeah, agreed.
I'd pick up the stealth Spidey, the black and red Spidey, and Shuri.
All these figures except for that Rock Python dude.
Do you guys think that stealth Spidey's low key based from the Noir suit?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
It's like for me, it's a hybrid. This suit is a hybrid of Noir Spider-Man and Patriot from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like when I saw the costume reveal, I immediately told Daniel, I told everyone, I'm like, they just stole the Patriot suit.
Speaking of Patriot, I really want them to do a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wave. I would love to see Quake, Ghost Rider.
Oh my god! Thank God I'm not the only one. Oh my god!
I'm virtually high-fiving you right now. I'm virtually high-fiving you.
They could make an entire wave. They could do Ghost Rider, Patriot, Quake, Coulson, and
Absorbing Man, MC
Absorbing Man. Oh my god!
Guys, we have to agree on this. We have to buy the shitty World War II Captain America on the bike, because if we don't buy all these motorcycle versions, we can't get Daredevil. Not Daredevil. Oh my gosh.
Daredevil. I didn't know Daredevil could drive.
No, he can't. Sorry. We can't get the Punisher van, and we can't get the Ghost Rider in this car. We need to buy these bikes. Buy as many of them as you can.
I didn't think they were gonna upgrade from bikes to cars. I thought that was never
true.
I mean, we got that hover chair, so
they said that if people mess with the line enough, that there's clearly a steady stream of people that want to get the motorcycles. They would experiment with like the HasLab thing that they do. They said those are open slots for the cars and the Punisher vans and stuff like that.
They should have given one bike and one car, and then ran with that, because I'm sure the cars would have sold.
I'm just saying. I mean, because I know, I think the Logan and the Black Widow didn't sell very well. I know Ghost Rider did.
They didn't sell very well because they were poorly distributed, not because it was bad. Like I couldn't see them anywhere. Like it's like they purposely nerfed it just so people wouldn't buy them, not have an excuse to make more expensive toys.
I mean, I personally love the Black Widow. It's really
I would have bought the Black Widow one if I saw it. I would have bought it.
Yeah,
because I love
the motorcycle.
But yeah, if we get Punisher's van, I would just die.
But going back to these four, I'll go against the grain, and I'd probably pick Rock Python.
Oh, Rock Python.
No.
It's really unfortunate because I feel like Luke Cage was really trying to implement the Serpent Society into the MCU, given all his villains.
Oh yeah, most
if they did a season 3, Rock Python should have been the villain.
I feel like Tombstone could have been the villain.
True. Although Sony owns Tombstone.
Huh?
Sony owns Tombstone.
Do they?
They do.
Oh shit, they do. They own like
all Rock Python. It is.
But I mean, but if they did it, Tombstone would have been a great villain.
Nothing can be worse than Diamondback. So I'll bring on Rock Python.
Yeah, I gotta admit, Diamondback was not the best. If they just stayed with
Cottonmouth was like the best one.
Apparently, Mahershala Ali purposely signed on because of the fact that they were killing off the character.
Really?
That's what got him to sign on for the role. He talked about in an interview. He's like, the reason, like, I wanted to do this role because of the fact that it was temporary and because of the fact that the character could really just, his legacy would live on beyond his actual life, and the impact of his death.
Does he just love playing Marvel characters that die? I mean,
yeah.
Those a lot of people still haven't seen it.
Oh,
please, I had to stop you right there. I know what you're talking about, but please.
Good job, Warren.
Mahershala Ali's just, his weird flex is just playing characters that die.
Yeah, just pretty much like anybody casts as Uncle Ben. Like that's your like.
He also died in. I think he also died in Hunger Games Mockingjay too. I guess it's just a thing.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Oh my gosh, what is it with him?
He I guess that means he dies in True Detective too.
Did that already come out?
I think it's out now. I don't know.
Oh man, I gotta watch it.
Hey, before we dive into this weird tangent, I want to touch on BugCon's comment earlier. He said, hang on, I'm gonna bring it up. He said,
I'll stop sharing.
Marvel Legends Punisher with additional war van has multiple pegs to hang various gun accessories you get. That's pretty. That's a cool idea.
That would be nifty. That would be swifty nifty.
Indeed.
But in all seriousness, like I probably wouldn't pick up any of these figures because I don't actually have a Black Panther, so I wouldn't want to get a Shuri without a Black Panther.
And you don't
it's both versions.
And with the 2 Spider-Men, I'm so disappointed. I totally would have picked up that. I totally would have picked up the stealth suit Spidey if it weren't for those friggin' butterfly joints that I can't stand.
What is it with you?
I don't know. It's a weird flex. I just don't like the butterfly joints because they kind of look like. I guess they look like boobs, kind of just hanging, like the way Hasbro does them.
Side boobs.
Like weird side boobs, and it just looks really bad. Like SH Figure Arts, Maytech, they do a good job with the butterfly joints. But Hasbro just has these weird protrusions, just these weird like tumors just hanging on there. For Marvel Legends. But
what's next?
I will say this. The red and black suit Spider-Man, they should recolor that as a blue and red Spider-Man suit. because that's the best looking.
That's a new mold, is it?
It's a new mold. It's a new mold. They retooled the butterfly joints so they look less like boobs from the. It's like a heavy retool of the Infinity War Spidey. It's like a heavy retool. They redid those sockets because that's like.
I gotta pull up the photo.
I feel like that new his new Far From Home suit's based off of Superior Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I saw the black and red suit, I like this figure. I thought it was a Mafex figure. Like it looked like that's probably the best implementation of the Hasbro butterfly joints that I think I've seen in toy form.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I still don't like butterfly joints, so I don't want the figure.
You had some really bad hang-ups, man.
Why, thank you.
I mean, another thing killing it for me is I don't think the lines are painted.
The lines are not painted.
And that really kills it for me because, I mean, I feel like it makes it look more like a toy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like a plastic-y, waxy-looking figure.
Yeah, like a McDonald's toy, basically.
Yeah. In hindsight, I might actually get the Noir Spider-Man just because I love the suit design enough to overlook the butterfly joints, but...
Just pose with any type of dynamic pose. You can pretty much pull it off. It's all black.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't like butterfly joints. I just really don't like how they look on Hasbro figures. They kind of just cut into the torso, and it makes the torso look really like skinny and weird to me. I guess that's just me. I'm fine with that.
So what's next?
We'll quickly take a look at that 3-pack. The Magneto, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch, because we talked about that for a little bit. I didn't really talk much about it, but here it is.
So yeah, I'm definitely getting that Quicksilver Magneto.
How about we talk about each of them individually? We'll talk about Quicksilver first, I guess.
I didn't really check out the face. Oh, you have it right here. Okay.
I have it on the screen share.
Gotcha.
I pretty much can't complain much about it. I mean, my only thing is he gonna come with how do I say, a chop hands, if you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Packaging already kind of revealed that. I don't think so.
Wait, no, he does.
Okay, good. All right,
Right there. Never mind.
Okay, good. Because I mean, if he didn't, that would have been a little bit of a kill for me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see why.
They just didn't picture him with those hands. They should have, but they didn't.
Yeah, that's horrible posing. It's always horrible posing from like the stock photos, like the ones that they professionally take.
Well, this is ACBA.
No, it's the tag. That's the stock photo for the film.
Yeah, that's the official photo.
Oh, I thought I saw someone from there took it. Okay, my bad.
No.
Is that the Spider-Man 2099 body? I think so,
Yes.
right?
I think it is.
Yeah.
You can tell from the
Great choice.
that aren't too protruding.
I'm just
It was Bullseye.
why can't we just get an MCU Quicksilver? I wanted an Aaron
That
Taylor
sucks.
Johnson
I was
Quicksilver.
Because no one cares about MCU Quicksilver. Not even Marvel. Not even Marvel cared.
I do.
I guess we'll never
I was
see
saying-
it coming.
Oh, Daredevil didn't see it coming either, so it's okay.
I was like, why would you introduce a character just to die? Like, why
Because
would you-
they knew that the X-Men version was better, and everyone liked the X-Men one better, so they're like, "All right, we'll just have him and yeet him." Joss
Didn't
announce
X-Men
it
put him?
Joss Whedon made the choice to kill off Quicksilver.
I thought
And he thought he was going to get so much.
Though.
What?
I thought Fox put a Quicksilver in last second just to spite Marvel.
Yes,
No,
that's
no.
true.
Not
That
true.
is true. That is true. 100% true. Now, how many interviews have you seen with that has been the case?
Because I heard originally they were going to use Juggernaut to break out Magneto. I heard.
Yes.
No, they switched it. They switched it to Quicksilver because they thought that he'd be more visually appealing. Bryan Singer really wanted to shoot something slow mo, and they didn't think Juggernaut would be appealing.
I
Well,
say
that-
lies. I say lies.
Well, then again, Bryan Singer's a lying sex offender. So I mean, what do we know?
Which is worse, though.
I'm probably gonna get sued for that. Just his lawyers are gonna come after me. Like, this is
You have to
blasphemy.
say allegedly, just not to get in trouble.
All right, allegedly, and I say this knowing full well that Bohemian Rhapsody is one of my favorite 2018 movies. So I'm gonna put that out there.
Wait, so in conclusion, did they or did they not do it despite Marvel?
They didn't do it despite Marvel. They just did it.
I promise you they did. I promise they did.
Okay, but can we at least agree Fox has a better Quicksilver?
Oh yes, most definitely. That goes without saying.
I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think that they had the potential for a really great Quicksilver with him.
Nah, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson too. I liked him in Kick-Ass, but he what they did for Age of Ultron, it didn't do better than what was that?
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Yeah, it wasn't.
Here's my hot take. My hot take is that, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, this was the origin character, and we were going to see him grow the more we saw him. Specifically, Iron Fist. Like, he's very naive. He's very like brash, arrogant, and he's just trying to kind of find his way. And I really felt like if they gave him like some more time in like Civil War, if we got to see him in Infinity, like, I mean, obviously, like, they would have had to nerf him, but like, I feel like we definitely could have seen him grow and mature if they allowed him to live, and they were going to. Like, Marvel was totally fine with letting him live on, but Joss Whedon's like, you know what? I don't want to kill Hawkeye. I'm gonna kill Quicksilver, and he's like, I think I'm gonna get so much shit for this, and Marvel's like, do it. You won't.
Well, I mean,
he's like, all right, I will. Like, Marvel's like, do it, you won't. And Joss Whedon's like, all right, don't test me, bitch. And he did.
I'll do it myself.
Fine.
That's exactly what
happened. My only comment on this Quicksilver, butterfly joints.
Oh, man.
Butterfly joints. Now let's talk Magneto.
Sorry, yeah, Magneto. It's a cool looking Magneto.
I don't like his face.
Why don't you go to the 3-pack? Because doesn't he have an alternate head? The 3-pack image.
He does, but he still has the weird toothy smile, I think.
Nope, it's neutral.
No, never mind. Well, I don't like this face because he looks like he's wearing grills, and I'm getting like Jared Leto's Suicide Squad Joker vibes out of that smile. Just
my only problem
Marvel
is,
Legends freak me out.
My only problem are the effects. I'm not too big on those bubbly effects, but I mean, it's whatever.
Oh, those won't be translucent when they get released. I was so pissed when they did it with Scarlet Witch back in 2015, and I wanted the translucent ones, but we always get the cloudy ones. So those are just pretty much
promo shots
to me. Yeah, promo shots.
Didn't Havoc have translucent ones?
He kind of did.
No, those aren't really translucent. They're like snowy, like they have like a white airbrush over it, but it's not clear like this.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to make of this figure. I mean, he looks okay. It's not like I'm not really a huge fan of the design because it's kind of simple, I guess. Like, I know it's a comic figure, but I just feel like they could have done some detailing work on the suit. Like, they could have done like some paint lines.
Do you have a preferred Magneto costume, or would you say this is your definitive Magneto look? Do you have a preferred Magneto costume, or is this your definitive Magneto look?
Well, I'm not exactly well versed in the comics. I'm very much a movie, TV show kind of file. So, I mean, I when it comes to like all the comic costumes like that don't really have a lot of detailing on them, it just kind of irks me because I feel like there's just no realism there. Like, not all heroes are gonna wear like just spandex unitard onesies.
Yeah.
So I would have done some like purple panel lines or like maybe stripes or something. I don't know, just something throughout the red to break it up a bit more.
Steve Vigilante in the live chat said that Marvel Select did a better Magneto face sculpt.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, they kind of do everything else better.
I mean, on a little side note, on Magneto, my favorite movie costume would have to be X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah. I like
that one was okay. I actually kind of like the I like the helmet from
Day of the Future Past.
First Class.
Oh,
First Class. I actually like the helmet from First Class.
Good.
I didn't like the weird metallic coloring, but I did like the helmet design from First Class.
Agreed.
And Days of Future. I like Days of Future Past one too a lot. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of what I'd want. And I like the red. I like the color red. I like the purple. I just wish that they had some detailing across the figure, like some kind of pattern.
Yeah.
Like Quicksilver's got the lightning bolt stuff, and he's got enough color to break it up. Whereas this is just red, and you can see the glaring plastic differences between the ball joint hips and the thighs, and in the hinges. Like you see the color differences, and it's really kind of sloppy.
Does Magneto come with alternate hands?
I think he does, right?
Just without the white eyes.
He does. He does.
He comes with an alternate head.
Never mind.
Not hands. He comes with a different helmet too.
What?
It looks like they changed the helmet too. Like so, it's not even the same helmet.
Alternate hands. Yeah, alternate hands. Never mind.
Oh, he does have alternate hands. Might be. But let's talk about the one that we all want to talk about.
Yep. Agreed.
Mason did a great job with the sculpt.
Look at that. That's an amazing looking figure.
This, I remember when I was trying so desperately to get the Civil War Scarlet Witch, and I just saw this Scarlet Witch, but like not this paintwork version. I'm just like, I don't want this friggin' Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
This one looks nice.
I like
the
eyeliner.
She doesn't have heels.
Yeah, she doesn't have heels. That makes so much of a difference too. So she could stand.
Yeah, the original one pissed me off so much because she would always fall. That's why I didn't use her anymore after the first video. I really can't stand the heel figures that they do because it's always hard to make it stand up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think that the colors that they chose for the figure, like this crimson,
that's exactly what I was gonna mention. The color palette is wonderful. Like
perfect.
It's not like a weird red with some sort of pink. It's a like I'm missing. I don't have the word for it, but like a very pearlescent, like
metallic
pink. Yeah. I feel like it works for this figure especially.
I like how these Infinity War Scarlet Witch effects.
Yeah.
I love the effects too.
Red.
This is exactly what a comic Scarlet Witch should be, I think.
Yes.
And going on my complaint about like Magneto, how he just looks matte and flat, perhaps it's also because of the fact that the coloring that they chose, like it's dull. There's no shine or sheen or anything.
Yeah.
This is simplistic paintwork. It's simplistic, but the metallic job that they did makes all the difference.
Yeah.
They said our metallic budget goes all the way to Scarlet Witch. Nobody else gets any other type of detail.
Yeah.
She gets all the metallic paint.
Because everyone's buying the set for her.
Yeah. We got decent Magneto and Quicksilver figures in the past, so they needed to redeem themselves with the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. And again, I mean, if I get this pack, I'm pretty much gonna have to get a Polaris now because I really want to complete that family.
I love the Polaris figure. I actually really do. I mean, I've seen her more.
Scarlet Witch?
Hold on, I have to look actually.
What would you say?
Not quite. Maybe.
What else?
You know what? It might be actually.
It's the same mold as the Polaris figure.
More or less. I mean, it's almost like a green repaint of the original Scarlet Witch.
They changed the torso piece, so literally just the boobage. That's the only thing I can discern is different, but the arms look relatively the same, other than the wrist pieces, the glove pieces.
Yeah.
So they changed the gauntlets. They changed the gloves. They maybe changed the feet. But other than that, the only difference I see is the torso piece.
Gotcha. Well, I think is that all we have to say about it?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, let's talk about like the exciting things.
Oh, it's, the cool stuff. So let's talk about that doppelganger.
Yeah, talk about that rock python.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Should we quickly talk about Emma Frost since we're on X-Men?
Oh yeah.
Emma
Frost, really.
I mean, I personally would have liked to have seen a white costumed one.
I guess so, but this looks a little like realistic and a little bit sleek, and I think that's what really took me by surprise. Like it's not every day that Hasbro would come out with something that eye-catching for a character that is relatively cheesy in design.
Arrowverse fans are screaming right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
This
say
is Black
if I
Canary.
ever do anything like Arrowverse wise, I'm using that figure.
This is the perfect Black Canary.
Yeah, because this is the suit she wore in like what season, like 4, 5 of Arrow, I think.
I don't know. I didn't watch past season 1. I couldn't put myself through that kind of torture.
Dude, trust me, it gets better than Daredevil.
That's a lie, and you know it.
It gets better, but I wouldn't say as far as getting better as like Daredevil. It definitely improves. It definitely.
I'll say it just gets more comic booky. I wouldn't say bad per se. I'll just say more comic booky.
I've just kind of given up on the CW verse. I tried Arrow, didn't. I mean, I made it through 1 season.
I feel like the CW verse is just trying too hard by this point.
I made it through 2 seasons of Supergirl, and I made it through 4 of The Flash. I didn't make it through the pilot of Legends of Tomorrow, though.
How about Black Lightning?
I haven't watched Black Lightning.
I like Black Lightning. I gotta catch up though. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind.
I have to admit, Black Lightning, the villain. I'm digging the villain.
Oh yeah. All I'm gonna say is fishhook or grappler gun or whatever it is. That it's dope. I like the way he uses that piece of equipment.
Mm.
All right, we're also gonna quickly go over the Doom, this weird Doom.
As soon as we got that Iron Man figure, I knew that thing was gonna end up getting re-released as Superior Doom.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
I know a lot of people were disappointed because I think when the leaks came out and they saw like a Doctor Doom figure being released, I'm pretty sure everyone thought it was gonna be the comic one.
Yeah,
the traditional one. I mean, the cloak is that cloak the same as Cloak from the Cloak and Dagger? Or
I think so. I think so.
I think they just cut.
Nope, that's a new cloak. I think that's a new cloak. I think
because it goes over the shoulders and over the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a cool looking figure. I like that. It's nice and simple yet appealing. Feels like something they would have announced that would have surprised us all last year, but because of the reveals they did this year, not the case.
I mean, honestly, I've never been too much of a fan of Doctor Doom's traditional look for some reason. Really? I always just found it like, I mean, as a villain, I love him, but I mean, I've never been like keen on the fact that he's like a guy who wears a suit of armor and then wears like a cloak over it.
It's kind of wearing like your underwear over your pants.
Exactly.
Like, that is
pretty accurate
to bring him. That is a valid reason.
I'm trying to find some of the other X-Men figures to go over because I mean I honestly don't really care much for the X-Men wave that they released and revealed, but like I'm still trying to find it for the purposes of this discussion.
Beast is the only one that I think I'd get.
I think Quibiz still beats out Beast for that round.
Yeah. I think it's a new sculpt, right? Because it has the diaphragm joint and everything.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were thinking that they were just gonna end up reusing the Jackal figure.
Yeah, but that was too small. But if that was what they were going to use, that's definitely if they were going to do one back then, that's definitely what they would have used. But it's way too small for Beast. Beast is definitely a heavier set character.
It's smaller, but I think there were some comics where Beast actually was drawn that small, so I wouldn't have been too surprised had they gone that route.
If they went that comic version of him. Yeah, you're right.
Like, I think he was with the Avengers or something like that when that happened.
Oh, yeah, when he's wearing, like, goggles and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
How about these guys?
Ooh,
I'll just get my thoughts out of the way real quick and say that I have no intention of getting any of them, but they all look pretty good.
Is Nightcrawler a new mold?
I think that's the 2099 mold.
I don't think so.
It has the butterfly joints, and I don't know. I mean,
hey Warren, what's your piece? Is Nightcrawler a new mold? Do you think?
I gotta take a look. Give me a sec. I got bad eyes. It looks as if it's a retool, like the torso. The upper torso is definitely new. It's the Spider-Man, Pizza Spider-Man mold, and it's a retooled upper chest because it's smaller than this 2099, and it's they just did the torso. I think it's the old Spider-Man with a new upper torso piece.
Huh.
That's my take. Because it looks too skinny to be the 2099. The 2099 is a lot more buff.
A lot more buff.
For me, pretty much what I know is I'm definitely gonna want that Nightcrawler and Mr. Sinister. As for Cannonball and Boom Boom, I'll get them if I see them on clearance. Pretty much, that's my take on it.
Gotcha.
Cool. We gotta breeze through these because apparently, we're
it's
running
almost 12:30. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, the stream's about to end.
So yeah, Nightcrawler and Sinister are probably like the only promising figures I'd say. I mean, the other two figures look great, but they're not wowers.
Yeah.
Grimlock the Destroyer asked, "Does the new Nightcrawler have toe articulation?" I don't think so.
He does not.
Yeah, he doesn't.
All right.
But
I hope the stream doesn't automatically end because of the set time that you have.
Not going to. In terms of like action figures that actually have, more articulation, the Beast figure is really promising for sure.
So I have a couple more X-Men on the screen. Cyclops, Silver Samurai, Wolverine, and I don't know the last one.
That's Dazzler.
Dazzler. Okay.
Easy pass for me.
Yeah, easy pass. I mean, again, maybe some more Samurai on clearance, but that's about it.
These are all
Wolverine
easy pass for me.
I like the head sculpt for Wolverine.
I don't like the head sculpt.
It looks like a Toy Biz design.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those going back to the Mario references, he looks like one of those angry spiked bricks that kind of fall in Bowser's castle.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like to me. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, the sideburns make it look like he has the little spikes from the bricks or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, just imagine him plopping down on Rock Python as the Toad.
Yeah, Rock Python. Yeah.
I'll give it to Hasbro though for finally giving Cyclops new accessories. He has new a laser tag.
Yeah.
And he has two heads. He comes with a calm one and that angry looking one. I know a lot of people wanting that for a while, so
yeah.
Not too big on the costume choice though.
Are these so Beast is in a new reveal, by the way, right? Like
Beast
they announced that last year.
Okay. I just wanted to make, I was like, I don't see any new Beast figures. Am I missing something?
Yeah.
I was very worried.
Yeah, those are okay. But, how about we get to the star of the night? The MCU
all the two. Well, we can also talk about all of them in like two-pack fashion. Not to be confused with Tupac fashion. Tupac. Everyone wants to talk about that. Hold on a sec. I'm about to pull it up. Where is it? Oh, come on. Everyone wants to talk about those Metzko Captain Marvel reveal.
All about that Mezco Moon Knight though.
I didn't even see that one. I gotta check that out.
Dude, I died.
Everyone's talking about this one. Obviously, this is like easily the best thing.
She's coming to beat Thanos for us, dude. Watch. She's gonna go binary and just show up Thanos.
Guys, this looks a little bit more like Captain Marvel than Brie Larson does.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I can say that it looks more. What's the comic one? The comic one from Civil War II, like facial wise, it looks like a mix between both Brie Larson and that version. To me, at least.
Yeah.
Civil War II is a good read.
I never got around to reading it. I never got around to reading it.
I'm just saying, Tony really has a problem with captains. I'll just say that much.
Okay, so let's talk 2-packs.
Hell yeah, I'm ready.
So we're gonna start with the first.
I already know.
We're gonna start with the first one that was revealed.
Yep.
Wolverine and Hulk.
Might get it.
How about we do? Okay, before we get anywhere else, how about we do like 1-word answers for whether or not we're gonna get it, and just so we could breeze through these because there's quite a lot.
We'll do yes or no and one reason why.
Got it. Let's do it.
Per figure. All right. So I'll start this off. No. One reason why: butterfly joints. And Hulk looks
Pretty
like
well.
Ben Solo. So that too. I don't need either of them. That's it.
All right, Forgotten.
I'll say no, just because I'm already have the regular Wolverine, and I'm already happy with the Hulk figure I have, so I could pass on it.
No. I have the SHF Hulk, and I'm not really keen on getting any more Wolverine figures. So yeah.
Wait, you have the Infinity War SHO Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that thing I've seen a lot of good things about that.
Yeah, it definitely costs an arm and a leg, but you definitely get a lot out of it.
Heck yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh no, broke.
You didn't have to say no like that.
No and broke. Perfect. Now we're talking about Colossus and Juggernaut.
Yes, and I cannot wait.
Is maybe an answer? Those are really
Sure. Maybe he's an answer.
I don't
Is
really
maybe
collect
because broke? Oh.
Yeah. I don't really collect. I if I were to collect comic figures, this would probably be in the bunch. But since that's not really in the budget right now, guess not.
Same.
I'll say no because I don't collect comic figures. But damn, this would be a great Deadpool 2 recreation pack if you really wanted to do that.
Oh yeah.
But that's not to discredit the figures. They're both they're both
really
fantastic.
good.
They're both absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, if sorry, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, I'm just saying, because I don't think Hasbro really does variants anymore. But I mean, if they really did do variants, I would love to see them, release a variant with a, like an allusion to Deadpool 2. They make a gray Juggernaut and like a black and red Colossus. They like repaint them.
Oh yeah.
I think they still do variants, but very like
They don't talk about it. Like they just say, "Oh yeah, these are just like the Mysterio thing pissed me off the most." It's like, why don't you just say that there's 2 different ones instead of just having everybody fighting over something like, "Oh, we only made 500 of these, and then this one you got 8,000 of those in production." Like
or like the Psylocke.
Yeah, the Psylocke thing. Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear about the Nomad variant?
Oh yeah, there was like a blonde Steve Rogers and a blue brunette one.
Yeah,
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, like they're really subtle with their variants now. I mean, it's like one little thing, like or how Shocker had that little lightning bolt on his belt or whatever.
Yeah, that too.
For all we know, there could be a Rock Python variant that everyone didn't hear about.
Yeah, the traditional Toad colors.
Yeah,
and now that we got all the comic ones out of the way, we should probably ixnay that whole one reason rule because, well, maybe for this one we can keep it, but
I'm not getting either.
I might get the Spider-Man.
I'm getting both. I gotta get both.
I'm sorry, that Iron Man. Oh, the gauntlets. I think I might only get it for the gauntlets, so I might get both.
Neither, because butterfly hinges. And
oh wait. Oh, Iron Man doesn't.
Iron Man and I'm not a fan of this Iron Man suit. I never really liked this suit. I didn't like the nanotech. I thought it looked kind of funky. Granted, the figure looks a lot better than the on-screen suit.
It looks flat.
I just find it funny how this is like the 3rd time they're re-releasing this thing,
and still don't have all of the accessories.
Yeah, no, and I think that like you can, if you look closely, you can clearly see the plastic shell that's holding all of these, and it just looks really weird to me.
I noticed that on the showroom. I was so pissed because it's like red. It's like opaque. It's not even clear. Like it's just like
I know that's a major no. So I'm not getting either one of these. They don't look bad, but just
yeah.
How greedy can you be?
My bad.
What was that?
Yeah, I was just saying how Steve Vigilante in the live chat asked, was there an Endgame Marvel Legends figures reveal.
There have been no Endgame
None.
reveals as of
They
right
haven't
now.
revealed a
Yeah,
thing.
they're very.
I mean, there've been leaks.
All right.
Close to the chest.
So next we're gonna talk about, and I'm doing this based on like I'm kind of going at these based on a guesstimation as to what Daniel would probably want to show and what I think would be the most relevant. So we're gonna talk about these two next.
Yes.
Yep. That's a yes.
I really want that Peggy and that Cap. You could do some cool stuff with that thing.
All right, Warren.
Pass.
Especially how
Warren's pass.
Pass.
Why pass?
Oh, we're still doing the reason why. Okay. Reason why I don't care for First Avenger. I don't like a lot of World War II movies. Even though it was a superhero World War II movie, I didn't care for it that much.
Okay.
Peggy Carter, she's cool design, but wouldn't pick it up because of the Captain America. I just didn't care too much for that movie.
Okay. All right.
What would you do?
Me?
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm probably going to lean more towards pass, even though I feel like a hypocrite because I bought. Cringing because I have to say this, but I actually did buy the DC Multiverse, Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, and they're both World War I figures. And Wonder Woman is pretty much a freaking brick in terms of articulation, so I don't think there could be anything worse. Even this Peggy Carter, the face sculpt looks pretty good. I do like the costume. I just think the articulation is really nerfed.
Agreed.
Yeah, most definitely.
As far as Steve Rogers goes, I love the look of the face. I love the look of the hair. I think this hair probably could have been easy to screw up, so I think they did a great job. This is definitely one of the, I mean, other than the lips kind of looking a little plump and juicy, I think like this is about as close to Chris Evans as yeah, they're just straight up luscious. But
I mean, they're more luscious than Peggy's. I'll give them that.
Damn, you must have done that Kylie Jenner challenge.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm trying to like talk, and it just Warren's laughter is just derailing my train of thought.
It's contagious.
You said it.
Contagious. But I actually love the look of the figure. I love the paintwork, the molded in detail. This is one of the most realistic looking figures I think I've seen. I love the look of the helmet and the goggles. I love the shield and the dirt on it. It looks like a great piece, but I just have no need for either of these figures. I have no justifiable reason to get them, so I probably won't get them.
I mean, I just hope they touch up a little bit on the faces because it does look a little bit.
Those
lips in the
lips.
beta phase.
Those lips.
Yeah.
You know, plump and juicy.
Yeah, plump and juicy.
No.
What's up, Noah?
Captain America's lips are plump and juicy.
Plump and juicy like two Vienna sausages.
All right. Judging by the next approximation.
What's up, Noah? What's going on, bud?
Okay. All right. We're going to talk about these two next because, I mean, this might be a roll of the dice in terms of which one I think everyone here is more caring about. But I think judging by myself and judging by Daniel, I think this is the right move. We'll talk about these two next.
I might get it, but I'm still like, maybe.
Would the Hela come with a different head sculpt?
She does, and it's actually a big improvement over the original.
I'm not a fan of that head sculpt, like the hair draping over her face. I feel like that's a waste of their face scan technology.
Yeah.
And apparently, that Mjolnir is permanent on her hand. Is that right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that sucks.
What? No. Pass. I pass.
That's a deal breaker.
I pass.
Yeah, but I might get scourged just because of I love Carl Urban
and Des and Troy.
For me, it's a big pass because I hated this movie with a burning passion.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to discuss that's another chat for another time. But
yeah.
I hated this movie and I
just you would
can't
both.
support it. I mean, I sold my Hela figure out of just when I realized
Oh,
destructive resentment
my
for
heart.
this movie. Okay, just for the record, I do not hate Thor Ragnarok. I just think that it had like problems. I definitely thought it was a funny movie, but I didn't like it for a Thor movie.
Oh no, I mean you could still be funny and be trash. I mean I agree with that.
Yeah, just like me.
He said, "Oh yeah, you can be funny and still be trash."
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll
That's
give it
funny.
that.
Yeah. Moving on now. Let's not start Civil War.
I'm so heartbroken. My heart.
Dude.
All right. So this is definitely
All right.
the next move. We're gonna talk about these two.
No,
Hit, I said hit. I'm sorry. Yes,
What?
I would.
Yes.
I would pick up this set. Yes.
It looks really fun. I mean, my only thing is Luis looks kind of tall and like slimmed down. I mean,
Hey, leave him be. It's the Scientology thing working for him.
hey, shit. I mean, he must be taking some pin particles or something because my boy looking fit. But
Between Steve looking plump and juicy with the lips and then him sucking thick.
The proportion.
what's up with them shoes though? What's up with that?
Those are the Luke Cage boots. They fat as shit.
Yeah.
Guys, this might be the Luke Cage body. But just with a shirt over top.
For Ghost, I kind of feel like they might end up reusing that for a comic figure someday, and I'm just wondering what it might be.
Ooh, I couldn't even think of that. Ooh, what is
That's like the only thing I'm doing, cause they love reusing the mold. So I'm like, what could they redo with that Ghost mold? Because
they could do Valkyrie. They could do
Valkyrie. They can do a Valkyrie.
This is literally you could just take the head off and just put Valkyrie's head on it and perfect.
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's exactly what they did.
Some gold accents. Boom.
Yep.
No, they wouldn't even need to. This is a perfect Valkyrie right here.
Yeah, that would just set it off. That's just a plus, but yeah.
Would Ghost come with an alternate head?
No.
I hope so.
No.
Oh man, I would like it for it to come with a separate head.
But Luis does come with the suitcase, the building.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Okay, but does it come with truth serum though?
No.
Yeah, truth serum. Yeah.
If there's no truth serum, then I'm not buying it.
That's the deal breaker.
Yeah, so Luis and Baba Yaga 2-pack.
Yes.
Baba Yaga.
In terms of me, I'm very tempted to get it because I love Luis, and again, another civilian character. I said with MJ, I actually really like civilian characters, and I think this body mold's pretty cool. Ghost, she looks awesome, and I definitely I just don't want to get her because I don't want to have to animate that effect, and I don't have a reason to get her. But this is definitely a great 2-pack. My only thing that kind of trips me up a little bit is that fucking creep ass smile that Kenya's got. I said it before. I said it before, but the teeth on Marvel Legends, I don't know, this toothy smile, it's giving me the creeps a little bit.
Yeah,
it's kind of like breaking the barrier between what's
the uncanny valley
and what's almost uncanny valley. It's almost too real. It's I don't even want. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the boots are kind of throwing me off a bit. I'm just saying that much.
They're fat as shit. Yeah. They're fat. You got fat boots.
Yeah. Wax museums.
Only the biggest of boys for our boy Pena.
Yeah, giant man, giant boots.
Yeah, he's hitting that Goliath program, you know.
Oh yeah. He always said he wanted powers in a suit. That's what he just said. He just wanted a suit.
Yeah, he wanted a suit.
All right. Well, this is it. We've made it to the end.
Wait, this is the end?
We're all out of them. There's nothing else to show.
Wait, are you serious?
That's seriously. We've gone through them all. We've gone through all of them. But this.
No, we haven't.
I was going to see how long that would last. I was waiting for Dale to come out and attack me for neglecting this beautiful 2-pack right here.
I'm getting it.
I already know how I feel about this movie, so no comment.
How dare you?
All right. Well, I guess I know what we have to do here. Yeah, that's about right. Right. Yep.
No, don't do him like that.
Yep. There it is. You've been cut.
Oh no!
What?
You
Don't
cannot
do
hate
it
on
like
Taika Waititi and Jeff Goldblum.
no, everybody has right to their own opinion.
Not on this stream, they don't. No, I'm just kidding. I'll unmute him. But I
have wow. That's what a 2-pack. I mean, easily my favorite from the reveals today.
I'm at a loss for words. Like Daniel and I were up till like 3 a.m. talking last night about the idea of making a Korg.
Yeah, I literally posted an Instagram story at like. Oof, I doubled.
Oh.
I doubled. But yeah, so I was up like 4 a.m. making an Instagram story about how a Marvel Legends Korg is needed after they announced Jeff Goldblum, and lo and behold.
Yeah. I wanted a Korg. I knew as soon as I saw the movie, I'm like, if they don't make a Korg figure, I'm going to start my own rebellion, and I'm going to run out of pamphlets. But as
soon as that was announced, sorry to cut you off, but as soon as that was announced, Stealth and Warren messaged me. I was just like, okay, all right, the pressure's on.
It's such a shame that we didn't see like a crushed pile of rocks at the beginning of Infinity War.
I would have walked out.
Wow.
Walked out.
You see, Ebony Maw. He just like kicks a few rocks on the side.
No, I would have gotten up out of the theater and I would have left, and I would have given it so many negative Rotten Tomatoes reviews. I would take down the website with my pamphlets.
Cool. I'm perishable, Rock, but not that perishable.
It would have been like Thanos would be like, "These are not the stones I'm looking for." Then you just would crush his head in his hand.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No, you know what? No. This blasphemy will not stand.
It would have been funny, but still messed up if they hid.
Get out! No.
What Infinity Stone did they have? The Space Stone, right? On the ship, they had the Space Stone at the end of. If they broke the Space Stone and planted it inside of Korg, and then Thanos just comes and destroys them, and just picks out the Space Stone and then puts it in the bottle.
It's not even.
That would have been.
Watch. It's not even gonna be. It's not even gonna be Captain Marvel to save the Avengers in Avengers Endgame. It's gonna be Korg.
It needs to be Korg.
It needs to be Korg and Meek.
But talking about these figures themselves, these are the most impressive looking, like in terms of molded detail, painted detail. Just these figures are some of the most incredible Marvel Legends I think I've ever laid eyes on. Just because of the fact that in terms of Jeff Goldblum, his toenails have toe rings. His fingernails are painted. He has a single jointed elbow for the one arm because of the sleeve, and double jointed elbows for this one because there isn't a sleeve.
Wow.
They really paid attention to the asymmetry of the figure, and they really just detailed him up. Plus, this face sculpt for Goldblum, uncanny how realistic this looks. This looks dead on. Like,
hot toys quality.
Hot toys
quality. Get a collector.
And the melt stick.
And the melt stick is hilarious.
You should get a collector.
Korg.
In
regards to Korg, I actually have more gripes about Korg.
He looks too small.
I've been praying for this for months.
I've said to Daniel a little bit, I think he's a little bit on the tall and thin side, but that's just nitpicking because the level of molded in detail and the paint work throughout this, like the rock detailing throughout his skin and all of that, is just incredible. The detailing in the armor, both molded and painted, you got the streaks of blood and war paint. I'm just flabbergasted with just how incredible this figure looks. These don't look like Marvel Legends. They look like higher end figures to me.
Yeah, like, and considering how bulky he is, look at that double jointed elbow bend.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, after the Thing figure from last year, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind Hasbro like has mastered the art of making rocks.
They should just stop making action figures and just start making rock collections.
Oh, definitely.
But I honest to God, I thought that they were just gonna repaint the Thing as Korg, and I would have been completely satisfied with it. But the fact that they went out of their way to make an original mold for Korg, it's just incredible. Now, granted, he does have a diaphragm joint here. He does have double jointed elbows, and he does seem to have rotations and bicep swivels and whatnot, and hand rotations and hinges. He does seem to have double jointed knees. Yeah, 2 pegs, double jointed knees, and he seems to have the ankle tilts and hinges.
The ankle rocker.
Yeah, the ankle rockers. But I'm really worried about the posability too, because at least this arm does not have full rotation. If this armor isn't flexible and movable, I'm worried that he won't be able to have like any like forward, backward, or outward hip rotation and movement because of the way they did this armor.
Yeah.
It might seem, I'm looking at this picture and looking in hindsight, I think this is just like a piece of plastic, just an armor over top, and I think that his leg is actually peeping through underneath. And I think I see a cut for a swivel.
Yeah.
So maybe this is just me being. Maybe this is just like a little like cover up piece, and he does have better articulation than we think, but it is something to note. However, even if the articulation is nerfed, these figures are some of the best looking Marvel Legends I've ever seen. By far.
Agree.
And this, I already talked about it with Daniel. I talked about it with others. I'm working on a Daredevil kind of project, and I've been buying stuff strictly for that project with the occasional just random purchase.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be one of those random purchases I have absolutely no need for whatsoever, but God damn it, I'm getting this 2-pack when I can.
I'm pre-ordering him ASAP because it's coming off of shelves. You just know for a fact that like as soon as it's out, it's gonna disappear, just like he was in Infinity War.
Yeah, I was joking with Daniel about the fact that this is gonna be a race between Warren and I to see who can get Korg first.
Yeah,
so Daniel can voice him.
Well, 2B's coming up faster than you think, so better look out, man.
Yeah,
no. I'm going to accept the fact right now. You heard it here first that I'm totally losing this race. But
if anything, I'm gonna have Korg in my universe first because I have
to make him an end credit scene.
Yeah, I have to make him an end credits of Ant-Man Irredeemable. Just like, everybody's dead. What to do now, Meek?
Yeah, because spoilers for Irredeemable, but all the henchmen are just gonna mow down Scott and Hope. And
like Mark Ruffalo. Like Mark Ruffalo in this situation, everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Oh my!
It's gonna be Lewis walking in with the briefcase, like, "Hey man, let's go." Ooh, this ain't so good. I remember I had to do it. He got stabbed in the.
Oh, is that a big rock creature, man?
I don't deal with that too well. And then all of a sudden you just hear, "Hey man," and Lewis turns around, "Oh my God, you just get a living."
We're gonna start a revolution. Wanna come?
Let me talk to my cousin about that, because I remember there was this whole revolution thing. There was like a riot in the prison, and I remember Punisher just kind of broke out and started killing everybody. And I remember like when I got transferred to another prison, then Ghost Rider broke in, and it was all real scary and all that.
Dude, okay,
right,
now I finally that's like new headcanon now. Louis was in both those prisons when both of these happened.
Louis was in both of those prisons. That's my take. Louis,
all right, let's not spoil the ending of Irredeemable just yet.
We already did.
Now I just want an MCU raise even more now.
No, it's okay, because
Grandmaster's gonna be there too, and it's gonna be like an orgy and whatnot.
No, here's the reason why I'm spoiling the ending anyway, because we're rewriting it because we're including Lewis in Irredeemable. So everything we wrote for Irredeemable, gone, trashed. We're making it all over again from the very top.
Korg and
Lewis can be in it. Korg and Louis. Irredeemable. Forget the Wasp sequel. We're just gonna do a road trip. Like he's like, hey man, so Meek is dead, so I kind of need a new accomplice, a partner of crime. What say you? Oh yeah, man. I remember I did this. I did this with my brother one time. Like we met this chick and we had to do this like awesome like I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I'm running out of clips. But
we met this chick named Quake, and she was trying to do named Ghost
yeah,
Rider.
I met this chick named Quake, and she was dating that Ghost Rider dude that broke her to prison like that month ago, and it was like all really crazy. I was like, yo, I remember you.
Hey, take it easy, man. You talk too fast, and I can't understand a word that you're saying. Even Meek over here is kind of freaking out about it.
But yeah, so
Irredeemable
and Wasp are canceled, and we're just doing a Korg series. I already pitched two separate. I already made two separate pitches. Two separate. What are they even called? Treatments. I'm working on two separate treatments for Korg right now. So it's either way. It's gonna be a Korg solo film, probably either an origin film or
hell yeah, an origin
or something brand new like Korg being a YouTuber. That was the other pitch.
Everybody, your favorite perishable rock here.
And then it's gonna be this is gonna be a start of a new universe. See, we're gonna do this Zack Snyder vision. So it's gonna be Korg in the first installment, and then it's gonna be Korg versus Grandmaster Dawn of the YouTubers. And it's gonna be really awesome, and then it's gonna go into this awesome Justice League featuring
Justice League Revolution.
It's gonna be Korg, Luis, Grandmaster, who else isn't dead here? Ghost, because why not? Paul Rudd, and Shore, and looking in the back.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, Rock Python.
Rock Python.
Rock Python.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the new vision. Irredeemable and Wasp are officially canceled. That's kind of how it is now.
I can't wait to animate with that Korg, guys. You bet your bottoms that friggin' that's
my
it.
bottom.
Yeah, your bottom. Yeah, I feel like that's what Korg would say.
My bum.
You bet your bottom, man. But yeah, I'm so stoked for those figures.
What is that all? That's not all of them, right?
Well, it's not all of them, but I feel like those are the only ones that matter.
There's that Loki and Corvus Glaive.
Yeah, the classic Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a certain. That's a buy. That's a buy.
Here's the thing here. We first of all we need to acknowledge the chat because we haven't talked about we haven't even mentioned them like barely at all. And two,
sorry, chat.
we've seen Korg before. We've seen Loki before. Just a repaint of the old Loki, and Corvus Glaive has also been revealed prior in a previous show. So technically, he's not new. Neither of those figures are new.
Yeah.
So it's not like the hugest deal if we don't really talk about those. Besides, Korg and Grandmaster, we established, are superior to everything else except for Luis. So those are the only two that matter.
If anything, it should have been a Luis and Korg 2-pack.
It should have been.
Oh, support pack. That's what they should call them. The support.
Yeah.
It should be whatchamacall, like one of those like blind bags, but just all the blind bags for Korg and Lewis. Like there's no variance.
If Legend started doing that, I would be pissed.
Yeah, if anything, the Grandmaster should have been a single card.
Yeah.
We can all agree though that we're all so glad that Korg is not a Bath.
Yes.
If Korg, like Daniel will tell you, I went ape shit when I found out that Fisk was a Bath. I was so pissed. I almost flipped my laptop off the table. I was like, it's a Bath.
And like,
he cried himself to sleep that night.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get re-released with like his black suit as a full figure.
Sad face.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm glad.
If not, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah, I'm so glad Korg and Grandmaster both like they're in a 2-pack. It's so good.
It's literally like I need a reason to buy Goldblum. I need a reason to buy Jeff Goldblum, and he's in a 2-pack with Korg. So now I have a reason.
Nothing better than that. Honestly, that's the best reveal. Like they could reveal a a Valkyrie figure or something from Ragnarok tomorrow, and I wouldn't care about it. They could reveal Endgame figures tomorrow, and I wouldn't care about it. But
I agree.
That's it for Cord. That's it for Cord. But yeah, man, I'm glad I got myself in a little action figure phone. Let's read some of this chat. What do you guys say? I feel like Stealthabotte was ready. We sort of ditched this chat.
Did you have any questions for anyone here?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions for WarTV14, Forgotten Tactic, and Stealthabotte, or even Project422 Films, that would be cool. So Binks Force started the conversation. Yo, what's up? If you're still watching, what's up? JH Stop Motion Studios said he wants a cooler Rhino. I agree. I feel like, yeah, Rhino would be cool. Yeah, so everyone was just mentioning how cool the reveals were. Steve Vigilante. Yeah, an MCU Quicksilver Marvel Legends. Yep.
Yes.
I agree. I really do. And there's word that has it that Quicksilver might appear in Endgame, or he might appear in the Scarlet Witch TV show. Either way, I want to see more of Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver in the MCU, and I definitely think it was a misstep to not include him, even if it wasn't better than the even if it wasn't like superior to X-Men's version of Quicksilver. I still think that the character would have been solid enough to just hold his own. Because again, it's kind of like the whole it's like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, like, and then Tom Holland came around. Most people either like Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire better, but that doesn't do a disservice to the fact that both of those characters were well portrayed and they both had very interesting, unique, different takes. So
I think it's also a really big deal that I lost my train of thought, but something along the lines of, the idea that I lost it again. Damn it. The Quicksilver. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like that the little monologue he says about his parents in Age of Ultron, when he's talking about the picture he takes out, I feel like that alone gives him a lot more character than I anticipated from a one-off, if ever.
I agree, and I really think, like, seriously, I felt that Quicksilver has a better actual authentic character than the Days of Future Past one. Because the only substance to the Days of Future Past one is the fact that he's Magneto's kid.
Yep.
And the fact that he has a weird mom who's just okay with him living in the basement with all of his ancient games. There's nothing about his character that makes him in any way special, except for the fact that he's funny and he moves in slow motion and he's Magneto's son. Whereas there were layers of depth to I'm forgetting his name all the time. Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver. Like, there was the fact that he's naive, he's a little bit childish, but he's very overprotective of his sister. He's very
we got some beef between him and Hawkeye, It was good.
You got the beef between them. You also got the fact that he's not over the fact that his parents died. You also see a shift in his temperament when he realizes that S.H.I.E.L.D. are the good guys and that Tony might not have been totally in the wrong. There was so much potential for his character. And because of the fact it was kind of like a pre-version of the character, and we would have hypothetically seen him grow over the course of Civil War, over the course of Infinity War. Granted, a super speed character, kind of OP compared to everybody else. But then again, Scarlet Witch is friggin' OP. Vision is OP. So, I mean, I don't think that's a good enough excuse. And I think that Quicksilver, because of how vulnerable they made him, it would have been easy to nerf him in different ways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he did live on in Civil War, do you think he would have sided with his sister, or
absolutely?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But then Hawkeye wouldn't be there, right? Because he wouldn't owe a debt.
No, not necessarily. Hawkeye maybe wouldn't have died.
No, I mean, like, he wouldn't owe a debt to Wanda.
Well, he didn't. I don't necessarily think he owed a debt even when Quicksilver died. I think he owed a debt to them, but you could also argue that he kind of owed a debt to them because of the fact that, like, because he kind of attacked her when she tried to mind control him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he was also trying to go after both Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the past.
Yeah, they were just children that Ultron manipulated. So
exactly.
Speaking of that, how old are they supposed to be in the MCU?
Same age as Tom Holland.
20s, really?
Yeah, they're supposed to be the same age.
Wait, so like what, 17?
Yeah.
I feel like they would be 20s.
I mean, right now in Infinity War, I think she's at least like 2021-ish.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to be the same age.
But in Civil War, I think she was like maybe 18 or 17.
According to the higher ups, they're supposed to be the same age.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get by Spider-Man and Shuri being the same age, but oh well.
MCU ain't perfect.
Nope.
It ain't.
But hey, we got Corgan, Grandmaster in Marvel Legends. I can't be upset.
Yeah.
Then again, I can't be upset because Daredevil was canceled. But
Last Gamer 64, what's up, dude? Yeah, you are a little bit late, but
just
thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's all good. You made it.
Y'all doing? We're doing great. We're doing great.
I assume no one's up to answer the questions anymore. Because it's past 1 a.m. It's late.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys have any questions, surprisingly, we're at we've peaked concurrent viewers. We're at 10 people watching right now. It's pretty shocking. Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's a lot.
So if you guys have any questions about future projects or anything about us or what we thought of the reveals, go ahead, ask away. But yeah, we should be ending this in like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Also, I want to apologize because if you guys couldn't tell throughout the stream, it was a little bit jumbled up just because of the fact that we were just a little too excited about the figures that came out or that are coming out. So apologies if that confused anybody. But yeah, just wanted to point that out.
I will be right back.
Sure. In terms of questions, if you guys have anything for Stealthabotte, WarTV, Forgotten Tactic, or myself, fire away. We'll be taking questions for the next 10 minutes or so.
I think the Korg action figure, I don't think they have a release date on that, do they?
Yeah, Steve Vigilante was just in the live chat. He's like, when will the Korg action figure be released? To be honest, I don't have any clue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of these figures have an actual release date, but usually, they start dropping around the summer or fall, I assume.
Majority, I don't know if you follow Hasbro Pulse on Instagram, if any of you guys do, but they did say these figures are coming out spring 2019. So,
oh wow, that's pretty soon.
Oh
yeah,
damn.
It's like what, a month or two now? Yeah.
I'd say the latest we would see anything is like April.
But yeah, I feel like the Endgame figure should be announced soon, if any. But
I mean, are there any Endgame figures you're looking forward to? I mean, the only thing I can think of me wanting to get it all is Ronan.
Hulk. I feel like Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk and Ronan.
You said Endgame figures? Yeah, Ronan, Professor Hulk.
I feel like I'm gonna get a re-release of maybe a Winter Soldier cap or Avengers cap.
Yeah, I agree.
Either I think that, they're gonna do
probably a Black Widow. Probably Black Widow, because
Black Widow. Yeah, she's probably just gonna get the redo.
Yeah.
I want to see the Quantum Realm suits like in Legends.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
Like some of them don't fit, but they're still like, at least to me, they're still like you can still get past the designs. Like the Iron Man one, that one's a little weird, but I can get past that.
Yeah, I mean, I find it kind of cheesy that Tony would be wearing like a suit over his suit.
Yeah, that was funny. It's funny. I think it's just like an insulator, pretty much, to the point where if the rest of your body is exposed to these elements, then you can't, live or you'll explode or whatever the case is that they explain in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, it's pretty much that suit just updated, the one that Hank Pym wore.
Ooh, okay. So we got a few questions in the chat. Any ideas to expand this, Corey Heyman? Hey man, what's up, Lost Gamer 64? Steve Vigilante, is any of you working on a Wolverine project?
Wolverine project, bub? No, we don't got into that.
Yeah, I don't. Not right now. Not at the moment. Is anyone going to work on an Endgame stop motion?
Hell
Good
yeah.
question. Good question. I think a lot of people will be working on Endgame stop motion. In terms of, for me, I'm not going to touch on the Infinity War Endgame aspect yet in my universe, but if anything, I'll recreate the Avengers Endgame trailer too when it comes out in stop motion. So that's probably it.
On a completely unrelated side note, an MCU 2-pack I really want to see would be a Civil War, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
Yeah, agreed. Hawkeye, I feel like they really skipped out on the suits in Age of Ultron and in Civil War are by far his best suits, and we never got a figure of that.
Yeah, I mean, Civil War, he finally got him wearing purple and having this a sleeve. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, I wanted the bootleg
that one was great.
Yeah, that was
cool.
The
bootleg one, that one's pretty good. I mean, honestly, just touch up the head sculpt a bit, make it a bit shorter. I would have perfectly been happy fitting that into my collection.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, that Vision. I know that one was really popular for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before the 2-pack from Hasbro. I think they need to re-release that. A lot of people missed out.
Honestly, I saw that 2-pack like during the last days of Toys R Us, and I didn't get it. Instead, I ended up getting the Hydra 2-pack instead.
Oh man!
And now 2-pack's like what, like $80 now?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why I think that they re-released a lot of figures. I know the symbiote Spider-Man or the black suit Spider-Man, that was going for like $80 for a while too. So I think that's what Hasbro does. They check out the forums or the way that the community is with figures, period, and they re-release them to pretty much undersell or undercut the scalper prices and stuff. Because I've seen it happen to a lot of figures, like figures that I've wanted have just been re-released, like the Luke Cage. I wanted a Luke Cage for the longest time. They finally re-released him. It's just like any figure that you can think of that has been hard to access for the longest time. They re-released them.
Yeah,
they check out customizers.
Yeah, like I remember whatchamacallit. I remember I paid like what, $50 for Carnage, and literally like a few months later they showed that new Carnage, and and I genuinely feel like that's what they did with a Juggernaut, because I know Juggernaut's like what, $90 now, and they just straight up released them in a 2-pack all completed with the Colossus.
Yeah, that Vision might be re-released because theories are floating around that Vision might be brought back as a complete cyborg, and not really cyborg, but like a more cybernetic robot thing.
I heard this really wacky theory that Vision would be reincarnated as Silver Surfer, that he gets brought back with the power of Cosmic to Captain Marvel or whatever. So
I would see that. I would definitely see that.
Yeah, because Cosmic Powers was Miss Marvel, so she somehow helps bring him back, and he's already silvered now. So, and his eyes went white. So
Yeah.
Steve Vigilante,
from Jarvis to Vision to Silver Surfer. That's crazy.
Yeah. Steve Vigilante had a couple of questions in the live chat. Is anyone going to make a Spider-Man Far From Home stop motion? Warren, would you like to talk on that? I feel like you would be the person to ask.
I'm pretty much trying to hit everything. Captain Marvel, I might be biting not the bullet, but cutting it by the skin of my teeth. I don't have anything in production. I might do something depending on how this video goes, but I'm not going to say too much about that. But I definitely want to do a Captain Marvel stop motion. In game, I want to do an in-game stop motion, but I want to finish up the Infinity War story first. I think I might just cut a lot of story plot points and then just cut to the action of where we are now, so people can still get a good feel for Infinity War and in-game. But Far From Home, most likely I'm going to do a Far From Home video. A lot of people like the Homecoming video that I did. So
yeah, it was a good video. He also asked if anyone is excited for Captain Marvel.
I mean,
you mean Shazam?
he's like, I'm ready to trash Captain Marvel. I'm back.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna trash it, but I mean, I just really want to see Endgame already. I mean, they're just really making us wait.
Yeah, I think right now the MCU movies I'm most excited for are Spider-Man: Far From Home and Endgame. Captain Marvel, no. I'm more excited for Shazam.
I'm more excited for Captain Marvel than Far From Home. The reason why is because it's like the quantum realm stuff. Like I want to see what they do with that. But as far as like story goes, Far From Home, I'm more interested in the Mysterio little arc. Like he thinks that he's a good guy and all that stuff. I'm really interested to see that. But I like Captain Marvel and I both like Spider-Man. Far From Home isn't one of my favorite MCU movies. That's why I think I'm more partial to Captain Marvel than Far From Home. But that's just my 2 cents.
In case any of y'all are unaware, Captain Marvel and War Machine actually have a relationship in the comics. So I mean, if there's like any roadie in the movie at all, that would completely make it worth the ticket price alone.
Please no.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I mean, I feel like
think that there's such an age gap between Brie Larson.
But think about it like this: she's still like you don't age too much in the quantum realm. Like from her, she has Kree powers or whatever. So that I think that would negate.
But he looks so old. It's like
Don Cheadle in Civil War started to look like that character from Neverending Story.
Like
there's so many whatchamacallit. There's so many age gaps though in Marvel. I mean, who cares by this point? I mean, look at Vision. Look at Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, that one is weird. we do have that one.
He's a robot. He's 1 year old.
No, he's still
yeah.
No, you can't make that Captain Marvel excuse if you're okay with Vision and Scarlet Witch.
I'm not okay with Scarlet Witch, but he's a robot.
No. Miss me with that.
He's covered with all the makeup and shit, so he doesn't look like an old man.
Nah.
Well, then just make Don Cheadle look 20 years younger with that CGI tech they got going on.
Don Cheadle looks like he's 60. Come on. Don't give me that ish.
He was retired in Infinity War.
By the way, what did I miss while I was gone? Just quick recap.
We were just answering some questions.
Yeah, the questions involve if anyone's going to make stop motions about Far From Home or a Wolverine project or an Endgame animation. It's really that.
My answer is no, because I'm working on a Daredevil one.
Yeah.
Although Shazam.
Ooh.
Shazam is my Captain Marvel.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, we never actually did, I kind of wanted to look at the Shazam and Savannah figure. I would have to dig for them, but I really love the new Shazam. Like Mattel lost their license to make DC figures to Spin Master, and that ends in that will happen at the end of this year. But now all of a sudden they decide that they're just suddenly going to start kicking ass with their figures. And it makes me sad because they should have had this potential from the get-go.
Yeah.
Such a shame, really.
Such a regret for you.
I mean, their baths were amazing.
Okay, hold up. I'm pulling up the pictures of Shazam and Savannah in the packaging, at least.
That King Shark bath is still on my list, low-key.
King Shark was good.
Let me screen share. And again, I only have 3 DC Multiverse figures in my collection and 1 Black Series figure. I have the Wonder Woman, Chris Pine, or Chris Pine, as I jokingly accidentally called him on the call before this, and Joel Kinnaman. So I have those 3 from DC Multiverse.
That army builder, Joel Kinnaman.
Yep. I just got 1. I don't like having duplicates.
I got 2 because they were at my dollar store for literally $4.
Wow.
It's a dollar store.
I only find stuff at Marshalls and stuff that's of that caliber, $20 figures that are peg warmers. I usually find them at Marshall. There's nowhere else that really sells them. You might find a Spider-Man 2 figure in my dollar stores. That like it's not even like the good toys. It's just pretty much like the sticker packs. It's not even anything good. Like when I say stuff is so old here, it's ridiculous.
My Five Below just started selling DC Multiverse and Star Wars Black Series, but older ones.
Oh,
They
man.
still don't have Marvel Legends, otherwise I would have bought Marvel Legends. But they had DC Multiverse and they had Black Series, and I was desperate for some plastic cracks, so I just went with it. Because I went to Walmart and Walmart had absolutely nothing. Like the shelves were empty, and that devastated me. So I'm like, I need to go home with something. I can't go home empty-handed. Like this is awful. And I'm like, all right, I can deal with Wonder Woman. I mean, my sister loves Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman as a movie, and she's like, please get that Wonder Woman figure. Please get that Chris Pine. I'm like, I was going to get Chris Pine. Like Daniel will tell, I love Chris Pine, so I was going to get friggin' Chris Pine. But she saw Wonder Woman on the peg, and I'm like, oh, fine, I guess I'll get her too, just so I can have the pair.
That's all not this, I guess.
But I want to touch on like some of this live chat because we've sort of ignored it for the rest of the time, but it'll come full circle. Steve Gerlain asked, "Are any of you guys gonna make a DC stop motion like Shazam or Aquaman or something like that?"
Funny, you should mention that.
Yeah, funny, you should mention that. Would you? Yeah,
I was like, Bish, you're interrupting me, but no, it literally just came back full circle. Because I wanted to talk about this Shazam and this Dr. Zavanna, because these are the best DC Multiverse figures I've seen. Zavanna reminds me of Rollins from Punisher.
Agent Orange
from Punisher. So I might get this figure for that purpose, but at the same time, since I don't want to do a continuation of Punisher like I'm thinking of for Daredevil, I might actually just do a Shazam stop motion, maybe. Because Shazam might be my new Daredevil. Because like Daredevil's kind of dead right now.
I just cried a little bit on the inside knowing that Mark Strong was one of my top picks for Lex Luthor.
Ooh, true, but
he would have made a good Lex Luthor. A lot of people wanted Mark Strong as Professor X in the MCU, and I'm like, no, I want Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel Mark Strong as Professor X.
I want Mark Strong as somebody in the Marvel universe, but now that he's a DC cast member, he can't be in the Marvel.
Oh wait, no, I was gonna say
a bunch of what's the name?
He could have been whatchamacallit.
MCU characters.
What was that one?
Jordan was one.
What was that?
What was that?
Michael B. Jordan was a DC character before he was a Marvel character.
You mean a Fox character before a Marvel character? Michael B. Jordan was Human Torch.
Yeah, I know that, but he was Cyborg before as well.
Really?
Michael B. Jordan?
Animated. I'm teasing. It's just been
animated.
Perry White is a Marvel character now.
But no, like I thought you were going to make an argument like, but Randall Park was in Ant-Man.
Yeah,
he was also in, and what's his name? Matrix.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne was in the DCU, and then he became a member of Marvel Universe.
So he was in Man of Steel, wasn't he?
He was in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. So, technically, like actors have jumped ship before, but A, they were both supporting roles, and B, I think there's like a clause in their contract that prevents them from jumping for at least 2 years.
Oh, in their contract as far as
in the DC contract.
Randall Parker changed that.
No, like, well, I said first and foremost, supporting actor. Like, supporting actors can, whereas leads cannot. So we probably wouldn't be able to see, like, Mark Strong in the MCU for at least a couple years.
Let's say Ray Fisher plays Cyborg, and then he's...
Zach Levi already got screwed over the MCU.
Well, he's getting a better treatment in the DCU anyways.
I agree. Because Shazam is my most anticipated superhero movie of the year, apart from maybe Far From Home.
And the Joker movie.
Not even that. Like, I mean,
that exists.
That Joker movie looks cool. It looks good, but I'm not exactly like hyped for it or anything. It's just kind of there for me. I'll watch it when it comes out, but it's not like I'm just itching waiting to see it like I am with Shazam. Because I guess for me, like Shazam just kind of it's exactly what I want in a superhero movie kind of feel. It's like this superpowered character, but they're nerfed because of their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like ultimately Shazam is just a kid, and that's what makes him human. That's what makes him he could have all the power in the world, but that doesn't matter because he's a flawed character because he's a child and he's just trying to grow with it.
I feel like the best part about it, sorry to interrupt.
Well, no, say what you were gonna say.
Oh, yeah, the best part about Shazam is the fact that Zachary Levi plays off 14-year-old kid like so well, and
He is one.
yeah, and I'll justify when people say that the dab and the floss is kind of cringe. You understand? He's a kid.
It's relatable.
It makes sense in the context of Shazam because he's a kid and it's still technically trending. But versus,
but I mean, it kind of dates the movie also a little bit.
It does,
movie, but
quite
phones do
frankly,
too.
I think this movie needs to be dated because Big, which this is very much taking inspiration from, was also extremely dated. And this is basically like a superhero reboot of Big. And I think that having it be dated makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Makes it a classic.
For this particular character and for this particular story arc, it makes sense to have the story be dated. Typically, I would agree with you that I don't like when things are dated, but this is an exception I'm willing to make.
Fair enough.
And I feel like
Luke Cage, however,
yeah, I feel like movies only begin like movies with flip phones are dated automatically, especially in this day and age. So I guess that's the excuse I can make.
Yeah, but I mean, technology for me is the exception when it comes to dating things.
I mean, it depends on
there's only so much you can do with technology, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I think that it's something is going to date the movie, but in terms of the dab and in terms of that and the floss, it makes sense for Shazam's character because he's a kid.
Yeah,
and it's technically trending right now.
But in retrospect, Zachary Levi's live stream on Instagram a couple of days ago, he said, you know, you guys should quit doing the floss. It needs to die. That's what he said.
All right, so he already redeemed himself socially too. So bonus.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. Cool.
Just say the word Shazam.
Whereas Mike Coulter was trying to make a whole big thing about
that was horrible.
I dabbed, and then like a day later he's like, "Yeah, guys, like
step up."
A joke."
Yeah, that was horrible. I'm sorry. It was so.
I feel like Mike Coulter. I feel like Mike Coulter is just really good at insulting his fan base and insulting people. What?
I'm just looking at it in my head. I can see the stiff dab.
Yeah.
But with Luke Cage, they were trying to Mike Coulter said that they were trying to play it off as though it was cringe and as though he's out of touch with his generation. It would have made sense. Like that argument would have held up if like his friend holding the camera was like, "Oh, dude, don't do that! Don't do that!" And it's like, "What? I'm dabbing." And it's like, "No, that's not cool. That's not cool, man."
Yeah, he's like, "You can't burn me, you can't blast me, and you definitely can't break me." And then he just,
and it's like, "Oh, you dabbed!" Like, no.
So he's like, "I am Harlem. Harlem is me," and then hits the dab.
That was
like, you want some clunky dialogue? Like, I thought the DC movies had that, and now
I'm gonna screen share it right now. I'm gonna bring that cancer onto my.
That was horrible. I like Luke Cage. I love that show, but that was horrible.
Wait, we're talking about from Luke Cage.
Talking about the Luke Cage dab.
Yeah, the Luke Cage dab scene.
Is that season 2? Because I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Yeah, that is
season 2.
Guys, Luke Cage got canceled solely because of the fact that Luke Cage dabbed.
Dab killed the show.
Solely because of that. But yeah, seriously, in regards to Shazam, I love the look of that figure. The articulation is top notch. Almost like, I mean, had the Toy Fair reveals today not been released, I would have said that the Shazam might be better than anything that has been revealed for this year for Marvel Legends. But then they revealed Korg, so they clearly knew.
Well, yesterday, they revealed Goldblum. So
Wait, so you think they're gonna release more, or you think they're done for Marvel Legends as far as Toy Fair is concerned?
I hope they
I hope
stop
not.
because of my wall is screaming for
Mercy.
salt. Yeah, and mercy, and I hope they stop because of that. But in terms of like figures, I have a bunch of. I hope they re-release. Crap, I'm blanking. A new Nick Fury figure or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
please fix that damn overcoat. That's
Yeah.
It's really bad.
so it drapes so weirdly.
Yeah, and the arms never work.
Mine's ripped, so I mean,
Yours are ripped.
yeah, no, I bought mine off eBay with and the reason why it was so cheap was because the coat was torn. I'm like, all right, I just won't use the coat. I heard it was wonk as fuck anyway, so I'm glad I did because I didn't even want him as Nick Fury. I wanted him as Turk. So
I actually
that's what I'm doing.
used the Shield Agent with the. I just switched the heads. That's all I did, so I could get them more comic accurate. Nick Fury. That's what I'm doing.
The best body mold would be using the Noir Spider-Man
Almost
and just
definitely.
put Nick Fury's head on that. That would be a good fit too.
Yeah, but I don't even have that figure.
I took the Punisher coat and put it on the Nick Fury because I felt like that worked a little better.
Yeah.
Speaking of Punisher.
All right, so
Did Punisher dab?
Yeah, he's just about to dab. Let's see.
I don't see the comments anymore.
Okay, my bad. Steve Vigilante asks, do you think Korg will be back in Endgame?
I hope so. I hope so.
Valkyrie. I really hope that they.
I think it would be
Korg and Meek back in Avengers Endgame where everybody perished.
love Thor Ragnarok or hate Thor Ragnarok, and I'm gonna have my cursor over Forgotten Tactics mute button just in case I have to do what must be done. But
no, I need to speak truth to the masses and
love Thor Ragnarok.
Hear me and rejoice.
Love Thor Ragnarok or hate Thor Ragnarok. Korg is a gem and he must be protected at all costs. He is a national treasure, and I will defend him with my very last breath and with every click of the mute button that I could possibly do.
This war.
War for the mute button. Nope.
Pick up a comic and read or watch the animated.
No.
That's true.
I feel like he is a treasure and we will defend him.
No. I'll get a bad to myself.
Y'all are funny. Yeah. But we should probably breeze through these questions so that way we can end the stream and get our plugs in. Is Korg even alive? He is alive. He is alive.
I hope so.
He has not perished. Are any of you guys? Yeah. So we answered that. Do you think that there will be a Justice League 2 all of a sudden?
Hell no. I think
reboot.
I think the whole DC universe is in a mess right now, as much as it hurts to say it. And I mean, Aquaman was a little step in the right direction, and Shazam looks like it. So I just think they need to find their footing again and see where we go from there.
I talked about this with Daniel, and I think that this makes perfect sense. But Shazam should have been the first film in a universe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like here's the thing. Freddy loves superhero characters. He knows all about superhero stuff. So what better way to introduce all these different iterations of superhero characters than through Freddy and his love of those characters?
Yeah.
That's the most natural way to do it.
They're already recasting Ben Affleck as Batman, so
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's happy.
Oh, he's very happy. Warner Brothers ruined everything for him. Honestly, it's tragic what happened, and he deserved to walk away. He deserved his chance out.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of stinks. I mean, that was like my favorite Batman, though.
I agree.
Like,
But
like never before have I had a complete 180 on my feelings for an actor.
Warner Brothers screwed him over more times than they could count because he was cast as Batman and he got so much shit for it, but he knew it was going to be a good performance. But then the movie was just trashed by critics. And then his cameo, his cameo couldn't help Suicide Squad because that was also trashing. He just thought he was a bad luck gem. He announced that he was going to write and direct a Batman movie, and he actually penned a full script, which he gave to Joe Manganiello and other people, and it would have involved Batman versus Deathstroke. It would have been incredible.
Shit.
Joe was the best casting,
and he wrote this first script, but he still wanted to he wrote this script, and he gave it to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers weren't happy with it, even though he was, Joe Manganiello was, and everyone else who would have been involved were. And he's like, well, right now I want to focus on my passion project, Live by Night, because this was a film that he was trying to get financed for years, but no studio would take it because he was locked in a contract with Warner Brothers by playing Batman. Warner Brothers would finance this project, and they're like, fine, we'll finance it, but you need to write a new Batman script. And he's like, okay, well, just let me make this film first, and then I'll get to it, I promise. And
I want to see him do good.
They cut the budget on this film. They axed the Oscars campaign for it. They axed the advertising budget for it, and it just flew completely under the radar. They apparently botched it in the editing phase too. So they completely screwed over this passion project he always wanted to make, just because he was taking his time with trying to make a better Batman script.
Yeah,
because they weren't happy with it. Because they weren't happy with it. He was happy with it, and everyone else wasn't. It was going to be a detective sort of story of him trying to track down Deathstroke in Gotham. And because of all of that, he's just like, you know what? That's it. You screwed over my passion project. I told you I was going to do this. You made me face all of this shit, from the fans and whatnot, on my own. Between them and then the critical reviews for Batman v Superman. And then you guys screwed with my passion project film. I'm pretty much done. I'm going to play this out until my contract expires, which was Justice League.
Yeah, I just want to watch Triple Frontier and hope that that's good. It's a Ben Affleck film. I just want to see him in a good movie for once within this what was that I just watched? I watched the one where he was fighting the guy that always gets killed in superhero movies. He got killed in John Wick too. It's the guy he's died almost every time.
Sean Bean?
No, it's not Sean Bean. It's not Sean Bean. What is his name? You'll know his face. It's like he has a big beard and he curls the ends of his mustache. He's like a cartoon character, but he's a bigger guy. He's a really tall.
Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah, it's like John Wick style fighting, but it's not.
The accountant?
Yes, the accountant. That's what it was.
Really?
That's what it was. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
I love the accountant, and John Bernthal was also in the accountant.
Yeah, it was a fun movie.
I couldn't think of who else was in it, but I knew it was two famous people. I really enjoyed that movie.
Cast. John Bernthal, J.K. Simmons, John Lithgow, Jeffrey Tambor, Robert C. Traveler.
Who gets yeeted all the time?
I'm looking.
Fletcher? Are you talking about? Is this Sug?
Tight Fletcher?
Something like that. Yeah, he was in John Wick. Yeah, that's the character Warren's referring to. Gotcha.
Tight Fletcher. I love The Accountant.
It's a great movie.
I had this awesome crossover universe idea where Batman and the Punisher were because it's John Bernthal and Ben Affleck. I'm not going to spoil how they're in the movie, their relationship in the movie, but
so good.
I basically had, since it's basically Batman versus Punisher anyway, I kind of had an alternate universe where it legitimately was Batman versus Punisher.
Yeah.
And Ironhide would be the battle van for the Punisher from Transformers. So that would be a triple threat.
My favorite Ben Affleck movie is probably Gone Girl because, that's it.
My favorite Ben Affleck movie is Daredevil 2003.
obviously for
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that, man.
But yeah. Well, fortunately, we have Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil in the Marvel Netflix series.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, his show got axed, so who knows? We'll see him again.
What was that? I'm sorry. What was that?
His show got axed.
Well,
Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I can't mute my mic. Oh man.
I'd like to say that there's hope because the Save Daredevil campaign is doing really well. We got the attention of Hulu, and Hulu seems to be interested in picking up the show for a fourth season once the 2-year contract expires. So who knows? We might figure out.
Like it's a 2-year cycle.
I agree. In the meantime, I got that Betrayal player going on with Tom Hiddleston, and it's going to be really exciting. I can't wait for that. And
before this stream gets out of hand with the 7 viewers that we got, I think that about wraps it up.
Well, I would like to say as Charlie Cox, I'm very proud and honored to have briefly been a part of the stream, and
there he is.
I thank you for having me. I don't know if this is presenting to everyone or not.
It is now.
Am I now? Am I presenting everyone? Hi everyone, I'm Charlie Cox, and I play Daredevil in Marvel's Netflix series Daredevil, and I'm wearing the costume from season 1 right now. But I'd like to tell you that I thank you so much for tuning into this awesome live stream, and thank you for having me ever so briefly. And
we missed that last part. What was it?
Sign the Save Daredevil petition. All right, he's gone. He's gone.
So weird. Yeah. Just gonna say. All right. Let's. There's a couple of questions that just appeared, so I'm gonna breeze through it quickly. You guys can answer if you guys want. Is anyone going to make a Venom stop motion? I am not.
No.
We loved Venom.
We are not Venom.
Did you guys like Venom? I enjoyed it. It wasn't a good movie. I enjoyed it. But,
I hated Venom.
Okay, you know what? Venom.
I hated Venom.
Venom was better than Ragnarok.
I hated it. That is blasphemy. That is blasphemy. You know what? Reject.
Oh, he was yeeted. Oh wow.
That is blasphemy.
I'm sorry, Charlie, if you're watching the stream. Sorry, man. Wow.
We will not have that. We will not have that. I'm sorry, what was that? That was messed up.
You just booted him.
I could boot you too if I wanted.
I dare you. I dare you.
You dare me? You're daring Daredevil?
I dare Daredevil. I promise you. There will be no more Charlie Cox anything. I promise. I will write it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
I have too much respect for you. I have too much respect for you to.
No respect for Forgotten Tactic, I assume.
No, none. He said Venom was better than Ragnarok.
And he'll destroy him. I don't want to lose another few projects. That's happened before.
Yeah, no.
With that said, everyone,
I'm automatically saved because Irredeemable, Wasp, the Daredevil project, the Korg projects. You can't yeet me now. I'm too important to this universe.
Do you see the live chat?
I do, or I will leave just as Ben Affleck did. You already left. I kicked you out. I pulled a Warner Brothers on you. I ejected you for your blasphemy.
Oh man.
Your opinions do not reflect the Project422 brand.
Oh
no. My opinion is different from the brand itself. Like Project422 Films only cares about the Korg project.
Well, yeah, therefore Thor Ragnarok. He said Thor Ragnarok.
Whatever. I'm indifferent about Ragnarok, okay? But yeah, that's where I'll leave off the live stream. Thanks to everyone who joined and stuck around for this cringy scenario. Thanks for talking about the Toy Fair reveals. Around to Forgotten Tactic, WarTV14, and Stealthabotte. If you guys want to plug your stuff right now, it would be the best time to do so.
What stuff?
That's true. That's true.
I already did my plug as Charlie Cox. To sign the Save Daredevil petition and maybe subscribe to Project422 Films and Stealthabotte. Actually, I take that back. Do not subscribe to Project422 Films. He agreed that Venom was superior to Thor Ragnarok, and that is blasphemy. No, you. But sign the Save Daredevil petition.
How about you, Warren? Anything to plug?
Just go watch the Daredevil Trapped in a Bird Box video. I worked really hard on it. Charlie Cox.
Please do. I worked really hard to reprise my role against Netflix's orders and play Daredevil again, and it kind of happens.
But yeah, just subscribe to WarTV14 if you haven't already, and that's just about it.
Yeah, follow them on Instagram too.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram.
I'm gonna also plug Forgotten Tactic because as foul as it got between Stealthabotte and Forgotten Tactic is an incredible co-writer for Under the Dark, and he is also an amazing, action figure photographer. So go check him out on Instagram. And Steve Vigilante, how do I sign the petition for Daredevil? There is a link that you can check out, savedaredevil.com, and that'll show you everything that you need to see, which Daredevil cannot.
I get it.
But yeah,
I see what you did there.
As for Project422 Films plugs, because as if I couldn't toot my horn anymore, Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook page is still down, but check it out. Otherwise, right now on Instagram, it's an exclusive on Instagram. It's a bunch of Batman Under the Dark character profiles that you can check out. I have a couple more coming out. I think it's running through till Wednesday. So those character profiles will keep coming. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I can't wait to do another one of these streams, hopefully a little bit more talking all things future projects. These guys are awesome. And I can't say enough good stuff about them. Which is kind of ironic because I haven't said anything good about you guys. But thanks for joining the stream.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, man.
No, you.